everybody. Welcome back to more awesome Star Wars Echoes of Eternity, Episode 2. Hey, gang! I'm so happy you're all here. Wow!
Yo, what
even
was that
Sam
fire
is here.
roleplay intro?
I mean,
crazy.
dude,
It
it
was like
only
a
gets
kid's
better.
cartoon.
Wait till
It was like a kid's
wait
show.
till they add all y'all. Then you'll be in there, and it'll be like. Great. Oh my goodness! I love that. Still, we are all in our weird like own perfect spaces. Pokket, you still look like you're preparing to announce that you actually really are a Sith Lord.
But
Bike,
not
I
even
love
all my life for working though. So
it's right. Well, you're not there yet. You're like, look, I've got some things to do before my like coming out as a Sith party. But when I do, I'll announce it to the world, and it'll be great.
no spoilers, please.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Mike, you look like you're ready to turn on a voice modulator and be awful today. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Anna, hello.
Hi.
I just want to say that
What do
your
you
hat
look like, Jesse?
hat plus jacket plus guitar and background, I feel like you are about to sing us the most beautiful song, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be like Friday, Friday. It's gonna be like beautiful, but not
totally fair. That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
the kind of song that it would be right now.
You look like the interview with the rock star, like on her day off, right? And she's like,
Yeah.
guitar in the back. I could do something acoustic real quick.
Yeah, and the little dog that she's carrying around with her.
Mhm.
Yep. Is that okay? Am I allowed to have my little Ewok with me?
Here's the
That's
thing.
adorable.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
As long
good.
as at some point, if I ask, you're like, it is in fact an Ewok. I picked it up while on the moon of Endor. Yeah, I just
Mhm.
need canonical reasons, but yeah, it's totally.
Yes. Ewok
Uh,
Poa is on the job.
Mm-hmm. Sam, hello? Sam, is that you?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me? I'm live from the moon.
Hello? Oh, wait, we have to have a delay. Like, yes, you're coming in just fine. Hello?
Great.
Too big of a delay.
Okay,
Oh
so
my goodness.
Dodger and I we can't actually stream in the same house. We currently have really, really bad 4G
No.
wireless SIM card internet. So she went to my mother's house last night and we built a setup up there. And then she left my webcam there. But it's probably a blessing in disguise because I think if I had the webcam and the mic running, then the audio quality would dip dramatically. So here we are.
It's
I'm
all
jealous.
right. No
I wanna
matter
be a
what I
picture.
do, my quality is in the background, just like, hello, Robot Jesse. I am here to talk to you. So don't worry. I'm fine. If you're better than me, you're better than anything that matters. So you're good. And we can stare at your beautiful photo of your like the guy I think deep down you really want to be, Sam. I
It's just me,
imagine
but
there's
better,
a world.
isn't he? Yeah.
I imagine there's a world where you're like, what if I just got face tattoos? And I like that version of you. I really want that guy to exist.
This is me, like, I'm testing an audience to see how they react to the face tattoos. And if they love this character, then maybe that's just the next me.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
That's
You
what we do
workshop
through
your
role
real
playing
life
games.
decisions.
We learn things about ourselves and try on new things until we realize that we actually wanted
Yeah.
face tattoos all along.
That's all role playing is. It's just gateway to
Ever
face
since
tattoos.
Ever since I saw Mike Tyson, I just haven't felt the same, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It'll
Yeah.
wake something
What he
inside you.
thought.
It awakens. I saw him and I was like,
I want
I don't want to be unemployable for the rest of my life. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Before we started, as always, I rolled your obligation. For those people who are just joining us and you have no idea what the heck this is about, what's going on with this, obligation is the thing that I roll when I try to figure out who I'm going to punish terribly that episode. I'm not going to tell them until it happens, and we'll get on that when we get on that. But the thing that you four can do for me right now is you can kindly go to your character screen or your little character sheet there. And if you would be so kind as to click where it says, I'm going to clear the pool really quick. Click where it says under Destiny Pool to roll your Destiny die, please. And we can see kind of what is going.
I think it's rigged.
Oops.
I think it's rigged.
How is
What?
it? That can't be.
Why is this
that can't be
happening?
right. That something has to be wrong. That can't be right.
Yeah, because this has happened to every single roll of the
right, hang
entire
on.
show, right?
These are the results. I'm gonna click again for science.
Yeah, just keep going. Just keep going.
Oh,
no,
no,
all right,
we're-
yeah,
Okay,
we're,
okay.
we're that unlucky.
You guys
There we
just
go.
have terrible rolls. All right,
We are
we'll do
statistically
it again. Well, I'm gonna clear it again. I'm gonna let you roll one more time for the sake of being a fair overlord. Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god. All right,
Oh,
that's not
here
bad.
we go.
Thank you, Oda.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Well, we're back in it now. I can't believe it happened. Okay, so
Okay, can you turn off the red lights, please?
I'm trying to get it right now. I'm gonna put the things on the
Sorry.
screen. Cheese and
She's like, if
crackers.
curious, dude, is cursing us.
All right, so we're gonna do token. Ooh. And we're gonna do token, token. Uh-oh. Oh, help me. Token, and then token. And I think
There's
there's
that
one more token. There's so many tokens today. I love it. And then
too late.
because choose the token, choose the token. All right. Nice. Okay. So that's what we're working with. Again, remember to all the players and all the viewers, the tokens that we have are your ability to use and upgrade your abilities, your attacks, your whatever with the power of the force. So right now, unfortunately for you, you only get 2 upgrades, and I get 3 if I want to mess with you, and maybe I will. And so that'll be something that you can use. But remember, if you use it, I get to use it against you back because it becomes mine. It will flip back and forth. Hence the balance and the power of the force. All right, I think we're set
Can we
up.
get an
We are
extra
ready.
one? Because Pokket and I both at the exact same time just turned our office lights to the exact same color of blue.
I wasn't even
I,
looking.
I
so
appreciate that you guys. I appreciate you guys did that, but it was too little, too late. Okay.
yeah, unfortunately, the force works in mysterious ways, and one of the ways it works is that you don't get that upgrade. I'm so sorry.
Okay, just checking.
It was
Yeah,
good to check, though.
Pocket's trying to fool everyone. She's like, "Oh no, it's not. I'm a good person now."
I don't know what you're
Uh-oh.
talking about.
I was looking at Pockets and I was like, oh, she has red. I should do like Jedi blue. And then literally at exactly the same time, I said, Alexa, turn office to blue. Hers turned blue.
I think you just hacked her Alexa. Pocket's like,
I
"What's
think
going
so.
on?"
I was like, was I not muted?
Okay. Let's talk about last episode. Does anyone want to give me, and more importantly, Sam, a rundown of what happened? Does anyone remember what happened last episode?
I remember
Yeah,
I got
do
a
you have
critical roll going into this next part, mister.
That's true. I do remember that.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything that you remember that happened last time though?
I was very charming. That's what I remember. And
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
even have to
broke a
try
man's
hard
heart.
to break hearts and break out of jail.
Yeah, you last time the group. You know what? What are we doing? We have to do this like Star Wars style. Hold on. So
Oh,
imagine
do you
there's
crawl?
a Star Wars crawl, like and it says Echoes of Eternity, Episode 2. It is a dark time for the galaxy. The old Republic is no more, and anyone associated with it has been rounded up by the new Galactic Empire. Right? And it's still, the crawl's still going. Over the planet Nam Chorios, one such group of prisoners attempts an escape, led by former Jedi Padawan Oda Kanali. Will they make their way off the heavily fortified Imperial prison ship? Or are they doomed to a life in confinement and captivity? Meanwhile, below deck, and then we'll do like little ellipses, like Yeah, it goes for some reason. It goes right back down. The camera pans right back down again to the screen. I think you all see, which is the ship screen, so you can see the ship that you're in, the Gazanti cruiser. What a weird name! And there's the planet that you're above. If you remember last time, you stopped directly in orbit above the planet. That's the last little bit that you had, a little bit of information, and our heroes managed to escape. But also, you chose a path that took you into the cargo bay where 4 stormtroopers were waiting, and they just shot 2 of your compatriots who were fleeing with you. They are super dead, and your grand plan was to have your droid, your Imperial droid, walk out and be like, "Oh my, I'm going to trick you," and you rolled very, very well. I have to scroll back up to that roll to give. So the roll you rolled was good, but not great. You rolled a failure, a strain, and you rolled a triumph. So this is one of those rolls that's like, what does that mean? Well, it means your deception failed, but something else happened that is good for all of you. Something else happened that is amazing, and that's where we're going to actually start this entire thing. So, last episode, you remember there were 3 Rhodians who were with you, who were, they ran off in a different direction. This time, we start with an episode that is all of these characters that we see breaking out of prison, right? It's the whole thing where Oda convinces the guy and sort of flirts them a little bit, and Dio and PR3 are having their like goofy exchange, and you see them all collect their things, and then you see the 3 Rhodians run down the opposite direction. Except this time, the camera follows the Rhodians down this opposite direction as they run past the pull this screen up. As they run past the life support system, one of them points to the life support system, and they're talking in Rhodianese, whatever language Rhodians speak, and they're talking to each other. And one points at the life support system. The other one's like, "No, we don't want to do that." And they go down a set of stairs that are there, and come back out in the main galley area. And they have their little blaster pistols, and they're sort of being stealthy about it. And it's shot very like a handheld camera following behind them as they're trying to sneak through the ship. And they see a main lift that goes down. And they too are looking at the schematics for the ship. One of them's hacking into a computer. It's very much like, oh, okay, one guy's the cool gun guy, and one guy's the leader, and one guy's like the nerdy techie guy, but they're all like the little like tube-faced, big-eyed Rhodian guys. And they're hacking the computer, and you can see one is sort of like looking at all the different information that's going on, and he sees the floor plan, and he knows that directly below them are 4 escape pods and 2 TIE fighters. And so they're like, ooh, and they like go, they go to the hangar, and they press down on the lift, and it starts dropping them down. As they get down, they see the escape pods, and all the hatches are open, and they see the TIE fighter tubes, and all those hatches are open, and they run to go to the TIE fighters. And as they do, from around the corner, 2 Imperial TIE fighter pilots come with blasters just firing at the ready at them. And one of the Rhodians goes down, and the other 2 hide behind cover. And as they do, from behind them, an Imperial officer appears. And he begins to fire as well. And the 2 are murdered brutally. The Imperial officer goes over to the 2 TIE fighter pilots, and they begin to like kick the corpses of the Rhodians who had died, and kind of laugh and chuckle. And then a blaster fire shot hits the officer, and he falls down. And the 2 pilots sort of look at each other, and then one of them gets shot, and then the other gets shot. And the camera pans up to reveal a man in all body tattoos with green skin and some worn but very cool looking old Republic armor. Sam, would you describe your character to us?
Yeah. He's a pretty tall guy. He's around 6'2". He's middle-aged, worn by war. He's got long black shoulder-length hair, tattoos on his face, and his arms, got light green skin, and a very
Sure.
big gun.
You came out of the paneling of the walls. You snuck aboard this ship. Why? What reason are you here? Why did you, when it left the planet, you snuck aboard for a reason? Why?
I'm looking for my own little slice of rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a little vengeance path. Had
Yeah,
some things taken from me, and I'm not very happy, and I don't have much else going. So
in
kinda
your
all I know.
past, in your past, you did and worked someplace that, even though you've moved on from that, you still take that responsibility very seriously. And at one point, you, on a planet that we'll keep unnamed for now, you had seen a young blue woman, get taken and kidnapped by a bounty hunter. And for some reason, it's almost like she had powers of some sort. You knew that you had to follow her there.
Yeah,
And
she
you
reminded
snuck
me of
aboard
someone.
this ship. Mm-hmm. You snuck aboard this ship, and you knew that you were going to save them. You gunned down the TIE fighter pilots and the Imperial officer, but up above, you suddenly hear more blaster fire. And we cut back to the shot of the two humans running out and getting gunned down by the stormtroopers up above in the hangar, where PR3, Oda, and Dio are with the rest of the escaped convicts. And the stormtroopers are hiding behind cargo, ready to fire at the door should it open again. PR3, you rolled again, like we said, a pretty great roll, but it's not a success. So, you have convinced everyone that the best plan is to just go out there and be like, "Don't worry, I'll
Yeah.
do it." So, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you say to them? What is your when you the doors open and just standing there by itself is an
What's the
RA7
highest
Imperial.
rank I see out there? Sorry.
They're just regular stormtroopers.
No officer, sergeant, anything?
No officers, nothing. It's just 4 stormtroopers.
Okay. Well then, basically, I yell out, "Stand down! Do you hear me? Stand down! Cease your hostility. Opening fire on an Imperial droid transporting prisoners is a very serious offense. Under Imperial Code 9654-B, Imperial ground forces must verbally seek identification of targets aboard before opening fire to allow confirmation of identity. Under the friendly fire statutes put into law following the blind fire incident that occurred aboard the Star Destroyer Executor." And then I say, wait.
As
I
you
want
start
all of your
rattling off all this,
identification numbers immediately.
as you start rattling off all this information at them, they just like stand up and kind of like cock their helmets at you, and then just point their blasters at you and are like, "Step outside, please."
I don't think that they took me very seriously.
Who are you talking to in there? Come into the hangar.
I guess I shuffle out.
Yeah. You sort of
This is such a
waddle your way into
stormtroopery
the,
interaction.
yeah, you just sort of waddle your way into the room, and one of the stormtroopers approaches you, and then he looks back to the others and is like, "Someone find me a restraining bolt." And one of the guys like begins to like look through his little stormtrooper belt thing and tries to like find something for you. You hear all this going down, Oda and Dio. What do? You're on the other side of this blast door that is now closed again. You can still hear them talking to him.
I want to make sure that all of the NPCs with us are safe, especially the couple that is desperately in love, because it's very important to preserve that. So I want to help them find cover.
So do you not go out there at all then?
I'm like about to run in, then I see her, and I'm like, wait, oh, crap, I gotta protect her. So
I just want to tuck them in first and be like, stop following us. It's dangerous. You're not equipped. And like sit them down and tell them to hang tight.
As you sort of put them back into the cubby of this room, again, just to remind you that the room you're in is literally just a box with a bunch of, like places to set things, and then a ladder up and a ladder down, and that's it. And then the doorway that leads to this hangar. You are literally in like a middle area that serves no purpose except for like, I'm on my smoke break. Like it has nothing, there's maybe like a seat. And so you can like put him in a corner, but cover wise, once that door's open, all of you are visible. There is no like, we can hide in a thing. So as you're doing,
stay here.
And they look at you and like, okay, yes, okay. And as you sort of put them in the corner, you hear blaster fire. Sam, will you roll for me a let's see, what would your roll be? I think for you have heavy weapons. Is that what you use?
I do.
Yeah. All right. Will you roll for me your weapon? This weapon's ridiculous.
I shall.
I just want to see. What roll is that? Oh my god. What kind of roll is that? All right, that's fine. That's fine.
That's very good, right?
I mean, it is incredibly good for everyone. I'm like, all right. So we'll set this up. So as you begin to hide these lovers in the corner and all the other humans and the two platoonians that are with you, unless one of the, it doesn't matter who was shot last time. Like you hide the survivors with you in the corner. You begin to hear like just rapid fire and the sound of something. And it cuts back to PR3. You're standing there as the stormtroopers are facing you, and they all turn around as rounds and rounds of blaster fire begin to sound out from behind them. On a platform rising up into the cargo bay area is the green-skinned Ulago, just firing off with this blaster rifle, just firing in the direction of all these stormtroopers, except for whatever reason, he has the accuracy of a stormtrooper in this situation and is missing everything. But
it's covering fire, all right?
Of course it is. The explosion of like boxes being hit and reverberation off the walls. It is chaos. It's mass chaos, and it causes all the stormtroopers to not know who to focus on. Be it the door, be it Ulago, be it all these different people. No one knows where to look. And so they begin to like put all their attention at different places and then like look back and forth. And that's the triumph, is now the stormtroopers are, your double triumph is the stormtroopers are totally confused. Even though Sam failed terribly in his role, he got all of you a ton of advantage. So what I will do is switch us to this screen.
The writers didn't want me to have all the success. I already took out 3 guys, so they want you guys to have your moment, and that's why I'm missing.
So right now, this is sort of like the range. I think hopefully you can see this. Maybe not. Hold on. Oop. That is the range board of where you all are. You can see that behind them is Sam's character, and then the 3 of you are in front. As a droid, you are in very close range, Bike, but that's fine. What do you do? I think we can do the idea that right now Sam just went. He is literally just blasting the hell out of this area. If you would like to engage in combat,
Me?
Oda, Dio, and
Okay, I
yeah,
was gonna
you
say.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
all three of you are not engaged in combat. You're just like there, but you can be.
Yeah, I
I'm
think that
going
as soon
to
as
engage.
as soon as the blaster fire rings out, I think I would look at Dio and be like, "Sounds like it's time," and like cock a blaster.
Okay.
And I just run off.
Yeah, I'll run after her. Like
I-
I'll
I
try to have this
bulldoze.
like buddy cop moment with her, and she's like, "Whatever," and she just starts running. I'm like, "Yeah," and I just follow her.
Sure. The blaster door opens up, and Ulago, you see the blue-skinned woman that you saw on the planet standing there, ready to fight. So do you notice it at all? Do you change your attack strategy? What do you do?
No. He's a soldier. He keeps firing. You can see his eyes trace to the door. And
Sure.
they show an element of relief. But really, he's trying to hit one of the soldiers. It's kind of embarrassing at this point that he missed them all. So I'm just gonna keep firing.
Okay. Yeah. The blast door opens, and you see this green-skinned Myrelian. Someone's gonna get me for that. Myrelian, this with like tattoos everywhere, just like unloading on this room, but in a way that is completely epic and the coolest thing you've ever seen, but also not helpful at all. Like he's not actually shooting anyone, but he's giving you enough time to make a move yourself because you have so much advantage. You get a free shot and free move off on these stormtroopers.
Mhm.
So the way it works for turns like this for battles is there are a few things that there's like a list of things, right? So there's the incidentals. Incidentals are literally things like talking, dropping an item, releasing someone you're holding, a minor movement, peeking around a corner, looking behind you, stuff like that. That's step one. You can do any of those things. Step two is a maneuver. You can do one of these things, which is like you can aim, you can move one range band, so you can go from medium to short or short to long, like that kind of thing. You can open a door, you can dive behind cover, you can stand up, that sort of thing. And then you have your action, which is literally just like I'm going to attack, or I'm going to move an extra range band, or use a force power, or prep for next round, something like that. So those are the things you can do right now. So because Oda is our first one running in, I'll give you this first action. We won't do any sort of like order here. We'll just let you have the first one since you were leading this charge. What would you like to do? Oh no.
Is she muted to anyone else? Or is it just me?
That was totally my fault. I was wondering, does
Mhm.
cover matter in this game?
It will, yes.
Yes.
Is there cover in this room, like boxes I could dive behind?
There are. The stormtroopers are on the other side of them. So if you went for cover, it'd literally be like a box and then you and the stormtrooper. And so, I mean, you could, but they're on the other side of them. But they're all turned, looking towards Sam's character.
So they're using the cover, basically.
They are, yes.
All right. Then I'm going to just stand firm and take some shots with my blaster.
Sure. Yeah, you can aim. You can also move closer. You can get short range. That will lower the difficulty of the attack.
No, I want to stay near Dio for now
Okay.
until Dio advances. So
Sure.
I'm just gonna take a shot from here.
Which
So I need to aim
stormtrooper
first.
Are you looking at? Yes.
The one that, like the second one from the top.
Excellent. Yeah. Give me. Hold on, if you will. Give me one roll of you. Actually, would you like to use any destiny dice with this?
No.
Okay.
Should I?
Your call. You
Not
can if
yet.
you'd like. All right.
And I also is there any, because I have quick draw, so I get to draw a weapon as an incidental. Does that help me here, or did I already have my blaster drawn? Because I kind of been running around with it.
You already had your blaster drawn. If this was
Okay.
like, if they came up to you, that would, that would be
Mhm.
so normally what it would be, I'm just skipping it for this because you guys were already almost engaged in combat last episode. What you would do is you would normally roll your initiative with a cool or vigilance. And so cool is like if you're prepared to fight, then like you're going in, your blaster's drawn, you have a plan.
Mhm.
Vigilance is if you're not prepared to fight. And in that scenario, you would be like, oh, my quick draw works because if someone attacks you and you're not prepared, you would have to be like, okay, I need to pull out my gun. That's going to be a maneuver or like it's going to be something more than just your incidental is like, boom, I'm ready. And then
Gotcha.
you can move plus shoot. And
Okay.
but it's already out.
Cool. So in order to take aim, do I roll my blaster or do I roll a skill?
Aiming will give you it'll be one of the blue die, so you would just add that. And you can, that's just your maneuver. So you can take the maneuver if you're gonna stand there, take the maneuver to aim and then fire. And so you would add one blue die to your roll. And then you would fire. So what you would do is, and I can do that for you. I can just do that, and then you can roll your blaster.
Okay, I'm rolling it.
Yeah, success.
Aha!
Okay.
Pew pew.
That is 6 damage. You blast this dude. Stormtroopers in this universe have, because they're minions and there are 4 of them, the way they work is like minions are different than say a like a boss enemy or an enemy that's sort of on your level. The more, if you like kill one of the minions, their overall stat decreases more and more and more. So at the start, they're going to be much harder to take out because there's 4 of them. But over time, as this goes on, you will decrease them, and eventually they'll just be like terrible. So you blast this guy, but because he has his armor on, he has a soak of 5, and so you hit him for 1 damage.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it matter that I'm dual wielding blasters because I picked up that other one? Is that something I can do?
Fire that other blaster for me.
Sick. I love this game already.
Yeah. Wow. All that advantage. Okay.
Pew pew.
You should have a list on your thing right here. What is that? It could be under basic information, I think. I hope to God that's it. Nope, that's not it at all. Spending dice is what it is. You'll see that you have a whole list of things that you can spend your dice on. So
Dice
what you can
spending.
do,
Okay.
yeah, is you can use that advantage in some way to help you. So for example, if you only got 1 advantage, you could do like recover 1 strain or add a blue die or something like that. But
I got 4.
Got 4. So you could do 3 and then 1, or you could do, yeah, there's a lot you can do here. What kind of options are you looking for? You could even disarm the target.
Yeah, I do have some strain. So I'm gonna spend 3 to disarm the target and then 1 to recover 1 strain.
Sure.
And then do I just do that on my character sheet or do you do that?
You can do that.
Okay. I recovered 1 strain and then he's disarmed.
Yes. Yeah. So you shoot this guy again and you hit him once and he like turns to you and then you blast him again and he just falls over dead, dropping his gun on the ground. And so that guy is super gone. The stormtroopers, however, don't turn around to face you. None of them are even remotely interested in you because on the other side is a dude just like going to town in this room.
Jesse
bolts are-
Venturing.
Yeah, bolts are firing everywhere. There's just like red lasers going everywhere. Okay. Pokket. What would you like to do?
I want to run in. I want to engage them. I don't know how far I can run though. Can I only run one distance, like from medium to
I mean,
short?
you can go just an example. You can go use your maneuver to go here and then use
Uh-huh.
your action to get into engaged. You won't be able to do anything else, but you can get here so you're like right up on their grill.
I'm basically gonna do that, and as I do it, I'm gonna like shove aside PR3. Just be like, get behind
Sure.
cover. What are you doing? And then just run in.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
And I don't know if they noticed me because they're still engaged on a Ulago, right?
Yeah, they are literally just focusing on him because he is causing the biggest ruckus and got 12 billion advantage and a triumph. So they no longer, they're so terrified of him, they're not worried about you. They don't see you coming.
I'm gonna go in quiet, or I'm gonna go up as quiet as I can. Then I'm not gonna try and like make noise behind them. So as I'm running up.
Okay. Yeah,
And
so you
that's what I'm
go
gonna do.
you go like right up to them, and then do you take cover behind the boxes or you just stand there like I'm about to get your ass?
I was debating doing that. Is there any like, because I know like in like D&D you can take like dodge or defense or something. Can you do that in this, or is it just skill?
You will have I don't think you have it right now. Let me look through your character sheet. I don't think you have it right now, but there literally are abilities that, because I remember last time we played, I don't know if it was JP's character, someone's character who was in our group, straight up had a thing where they like stand still and then they like get more armor. They like powered up. That's a straight up ability your character will be able to get, but I don't think you have it
That's
yet.
JP's character, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see what you.
I know that I also had a defense stance on my old character, so I'll just have to grab it. No, then I'm gonna hide behind boxes. I'm not gonna just stand here.
Yeah, you have a bunch of abilities that increase your wound threshold and give your armor upgrades and increase your soak value, but you don't have anything that like makes you ridiculously powerful on attack, like taking an attack yet. But you can still take hits like crazy. Okay. Yeah. PR3, what are you doing when you just got pushed out of the way? What is your plan now?
Oh, well, I see all the lasers and then I get pushed out of the way. And then I say,
Incredulity.
and I look around to see if there's any consoles or anything useful like that, because I'm certainly not going to fight. Any control panels? And I mean, then we're on a docking bay. Is there like a robotic arm or something?
Yeah, I mean, you already know where they're at. Last time you did a little look to see what was out there, and you noticed that there were many panels, but they're like standalone tower things in the middle of the room. However, you're in the middle of the room right now, so you can.
That's great. I'd love to shuffle over to one.
Sure. During this entire firefight in the most comical Star Warsy way, blaster fires going everywhere. You have this like built-up tanky character running into combat. You have this blue woman in the background firing. Like, it's crazy looking. A stormtrooper like explodes and dies, and you're just like walking through it all. Which terminal do you go to? There are 3 in the room.
The closest first.
Sure. Okay, so I'm not gonna. This isn't a movement thing. It's within range of you. What would you like to do? What are you trying to discover on this terminal?
I'm trying to see if there's any useful controls for moving cargo around.
Sure, let me see here. Back to my list of many things. There are 3 terminals, and let me. I didn't really establish this, which I'm dumb for. RD3. All right, you're on terminal 2. Terminal 2 is for control. Terminal 2 controls the platform that Sam is currently standing on right now.
Okay, so what I mean, how does it control it? Like, is it up, down, near, far?
You can find out. I mean, it definitely controls up, down, because that's the most obvious thing to you. but you know, it could do something else. I don't know. You can definitely try to work your magic on it and find out what this thing does.
I
But
probably
it's
should, before I start pushing buttons, use my robot skills
sure.
so that I don't look like an
Okay,
idiot.
Yeah, what would you like to use in order to mess with this thing?
Does computers work for this? There's electronics.
It 100% works. Also, well, let's see. I'll let you do whatever is higher for you.
Computers is what I have higher, without question.
All right, let me change the dice here. Yeah, all right. Give me a roll.
All right, let's see here.
Oh yeah. Oh, you very much. So you have, because we're in combat and you have I'm gonna, you're part of this whole thing. You have 3 advantage. I'll let you do with that what you see fit. But yes, you very much succeed in figuring out what this computer terminal does. So it not only lowers the platform and raises the platform, it also like takes it up one more level. And there's a catwalk around this room. And it's possible that from this platform you can walk onto the catwalk and have an above firing position down below, which would give Sam an advantage if you wanted to do that. Or you can raise the platform and it will get to a point where you can then extend other catwalks to meet that platform. But this is probably, out of all of the terminals, the most useless for you right now.
God damn it.
But you can affect Sam's position if you would like.
He's fine. I want to go to the next terminal.
Okay, sure. This is gonna be your maneuver.
Okay.
Which one would you like to go to? There's one that is out in the medium range and one that is in the long range band.
Well, I mean, nearest to farthest, so medium.
All right, sure. So you move to medium and head over that way, and we will get back to you in 1 second.
Cool.
Ulago, you are just going bonkers on this entire room, but it is not really doing much except causing a massive distraction. All of these stormtroopers are on you, and next turn they will fire on you. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna pick off the one on the left.
All right, sure. Give me
His initial plan was just to like draw their attention. He was missing deliberately to help the blue skinned go.
Yeah, give me a hold. Give me. I'm gonna do this because you have an advantage from before. Yeah, give me a roll. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, so you not only hit this guy, but you crit him super dead. Yeah, so the leftmost one falls over dead. How does that look? Describe to me what you do to that guy.
I think you see it from Oda's perspective. You just see a hole in the chest of this stormtrooper when he slumps down behind the cover, and you can see crouched at the other end of the room is Ulago looking down the butt of his rifle. And he just moves on to the next one. He's still aiming at the next one.
Sure. Sam, will you do me a favor in the future? Because I just noticed chat's like, I don't see his stats. When you roll your attack, will you go to your weapon, the actual weapon page, and click the weapon? Yeah. So that at least people will see how ridiculously overpowered your weapon is. Yeah.
My weapon
So
is
you
set up on my page, by the way. So
You want me to just click it now for fun?
No, I mean it's fine. We'll get it next time. Yeah, so you shoot that guy. Okay. The stormtroopers turn their attention to you, and they begin to fire on you. We'll do the first one. Do you want to take an action? You still have your maneuver to get out of the way or do something.
Yeah, is there any cover nearby? Or did I raise up into the middle of an empty room?
You are straight up in the middle of an empty room right now. You can move long range and it'll make their attacks on you harder.
Yeah, let's do that.
But because right now you're in medium range from them, and the idea is like when it's their turn, it's gonna imagine it flipped that they would be standing where you are in the medium band and you would be engaged, and so they would be shooting medium range. Long range would make it a 3 difficulty check instead of 2 on them.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, yeah, and so you just move back a little bit. Okay, crazy stormtroopers. Stormtrooper
I think
number
I'm
1.
firing and walking backwards.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that works. You're still doing your like crazy attack. So let's see. We have. Oh my goodness. We have to shrink these guys down. Mini group size 2. All right. Boy, these goobers. Okay. So Stormtrooper number 1, and number 2 both fire at you because they're minions. They don't get separate rolls. It's just this is what the Stormtroopers do.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So the Stormtroopers totally fail in firing on you.
I mean, they're stormtroopers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they
looks about right.
completely miss. They're just shooting all over, but one of them manages to hit the wall panel. That's his triumph. Is he hits a wall panel and suddenly all of these alarms go off and there's red lights everywhere.
Well,
And the entire ship is now alerted to something going on. If they didn't hear the gunfire, the blaster fire, they definitely are well aware that there's something going on right now. And we go back over to Oda's turn. What would you like to do?
Normally I would try to take control of this alarm situation, but I'm feeling so heady after that massive dual wielding blaster success last time that I'm going to take another shot.
Okay.
Is it a problem that Dio is in my way now? Dio?
She is not. She is not in your way.
On my cover.
Yeah, she's on the other side. Like it's not going to be an issue for you.
Cool. So I want to do the same thing. Take aim and pew pew with both blasters.
Would you like to use any force die on this attempt?
No, I'm feeling too confident, Jesse.
All right. Good luck.
Don't
Yeah,
let him.
Confidence
Let him
you
go
have.
you.
Oops, that's the
Oh,
wrong.
wait,
that's
hold
the
on.
wrong thing. Don't use
Wait
that.
a minute. Spoilers.
No, shh.
Oh,
Don't
no one
pay
saw
no
that.
attention.
No one saw that.
It was actually this and this.
Yeah. So you fire and you manage to hit the top stormtrooper and you kill him. He falls dead. But unfortunately, you are hit with 4 threat. Where's my little threat thing for you? What do I do with that? Spending dice. So on your threat thing, you could either fall prone or you could grant the enemy an advantage in the encounter on their
I'll
next
totally
attack.
fall prone, just flat on my face.
Yeah. You just like
I pew pew, but for some reason that makes me off balance, and I just kind of trip and fall backwards with my guns up.
your overconfidence is your weakness. You
True.
managed to shoot, but you weren't looking where you're going, and you sort of trip over a wire and just fall right on your face.
It looks very uncool, and I'm very ashamed.
Thankfully, no one's looking at you except for the loving couple behind you in the doorway. They see you fall
No.
right on your face. Yeah, unfortunately, you just boom down. All right, Dio, what is going on with you?
I am now gonna walk up and I guess engage the last ones here. I straight up just want to just walk up and punch the shit out of them. So
Okay,
I don't want
Are
to
you-
use a gun close or anything.
you're just gonna use straight up a melee attack.
Would that be brawl or
It
melee? It'd be
would-
melee.
If you go down to your like actual
Combat
just
skills.
combat skills,
Yeah.
there's something that says brawl and then melee. Melee is if you have a weapon. Brawl is if you're literally just gonna punch a person.
I'm gonna punch a person.
I can't wait for you to punch a stormtrooper. Give me 1 second to change the. Would you like to use a force die with that? Would you like to
No,
upgrade your attack?
I'm not gonna waste a force die on me punching someone.
All right, punch away. Actually, hold on.
Ah,
Doesn't matter. You nailed it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you punch this guy right in the back of the head, and he just sort of like stumbles forward a little bit. Let me see here. What would the damage on that brawl be? Do you have a
Pocket, what did you do that they're already chanting bite?
Nothing. My last name is Fang.
Does damage
Oh,
equal to
no.
brawn? Gotcha. Thank you for that, King of Griffins. Okay, and so Pocket's brawn is like out of bounds. Um,
It's 3, I think. Right?
Yeah. So you punch them and it does 3, but he has a soak with his armor. And so what you do is you just punch him in the back of the head and he like stumbles forward and is just like, what the, and he turns to face you. But because you have the advantage, he's distracted, and we go to PR3. What would you like to do?
Continue towards the panel.
I mean, you're at panel number 1 right now.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, was that the second one that I've gone to though?
Yes.
I made it
so
there?
It's technically
Okay.
panel number 2, but on my list it's listed panel number 1.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
I have to use my computers on it.
Okay, yeah, give me a roll. Yeah, you're good.
All right, let's see here.
Oh no, you could not hack into it. You couldn't figure out like it's taking you a little bit longer than normal, but you did get an advantage. You can do all sorts of things with that if you want to again check the dice spending list. You can recover 1
Oh
strain.
God, where's the spending list again?
It literally says dice spending under handouts. You can recover 1 strain. You can add a blue die to your next allied character check so that you can give it to an ally, or you can notice a single important thing in the ongoing conflict.
What was that last one?
You can notice a single important thing.
I would love to notice a single important thing. I'm all about noticing.
Yeah. What you notice is that while the alarms are going off, no one seems to be coming to reinforce these stormtroopers.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean?
Great question. That's what you notice. You notice no one is coming to reinforce them.
All right. I don't know what I can do with that information currently, aside from like being less worried.
You might have to wait. Yeah, you might have to wait.
I think that
later.
I, for one, am a little less panicked than I was, though. I'll tell you.
Cool. Sam, it's your turn.
I have a question for you, sir.
Shoot.
If I have a skill that says once per round, what
Mhm.
is a round?
A round is this, what we're in right now.
So is that literally every time I get a turn?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Hold on, now I gotta go look at your skills. I'm worried. What did you skill in? What did you skill into?
I have a skill called True Aim. Once per round, may perform a True Aim maneuver to gain benefits of aiming and upgrade that check.
Sure.
So instead of moving, I think I can just aim as a maneuver.
Perform a True Aim maneuver to gain benefits of aiming and upgrade combat check once per rank of True Aim. So yeah,
Rank
it
1.
seems like. Yeah, I'll definitely 100% have to look this up. I'm sure someone in chat will let me know, but it seems like what it's saying is that rather than using a maneuver as like, to do the aiming, you get this True Aim maneuver. You gain the okay. So maybe it is in fact a maneuver, but you gain aiming plus you upgrade your combat check. So rather than doing, I'm aiming at you, you get aim plus combat check upgrade.
Okay, cool.
I think that's what that says. You make me research. Okay, so
I don't know
basically what that means.
to in dice, but I mean, we can totally just look this up for next session. I don't have to use it.
Sure. In my mind, what it's saying is literally exactly what it says, which is you get your blue die and then 1 upgrade, which would make one of your greens a yellow.
Yep.
So when you aim from now on, I'll just need to remember, just remind me, I will add an upgrade check to your attack. And then you'll have a blue die as well. So you can literally just blast this dude. I feel bad. This stormtrooper is about to get murdered unless you fail.
I also
this
have accuracy 1 on the guns, which is a second blue die.
Jesus. All right, look at this. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, your long range. So it's a 3. You have 3 purple die to roll against. But you literally have so many upgrades. God help you. Good luck. fire away.
Cool. Pew. That's
Oh my
bad.
god. I don't know how that happened, but oh, you know what happened? Did you give yourself the upgrades?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I will in
No,
the
I
future
didn't. No, I
not.
didn't. This is my normal dice roll.
You have a +1 in blue on yours. Keep that
Yeah.
there from don't worry about that. It's fine.
I was
It
just
doesn't
gonna add
matter.
that every time I shot.
Yeah, I'll just remember it in the future not to add it on my screen.
Oh, I'll let you
Um,
add it if you're doing that stuff.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you line up this shot, but this stormtrooper is just like I don't know if it's because he got hit and he now has incredible luck or whatever the hell, but when Dio hit him from behind, he like began to stumble, and when you fired off your shot, it goes right past him and totally misses. Fires right over Oda, who's laying on the ground, and ends up in the room behind them all, and you hear the couple scream, "Ah!" And then you see like a little explosion, but you know, the camera stays long enough to realize that everyone's fine. They're just very, very scared.
Phew.
Ulago, he kind
I
of
was
lowers
very
his gun for a
worried.
second and grumbles, and then puts it back up.
Yeah, the stormtrooper turns around and he goes to fire at you, Pocket, but you are engaged, and so that makes it a little bit more difficult for him to do so. Let me get rid of all these other die. But he decides that he is going to use the power of the dark side to upgrade one
Wow.
of his shots on you.
Damn.
Question. I just want to verify this. Yes.
Can I use my advantage to give a blue dice to Oda?
Absolutely you can. So you wanna to Oda? So for her next turn, yes, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.
Um just to be certain, Pocket,
Uh-huh.
your I want to make sure that this is right for your soak.
Soak.
With your armor and everything, you still only have 3 soak, is that correct?
I think.
Okay.
Am I
Well,
supposed
yeah,
I
you
don't know
don't
how
have
you
like super armor. You just have armor. Plus you have high wound threshold. I think you might have maybe
how do
4.
you
I don't know.
determine soak? How is it
Soak
determined?
is your base. There's like a stat number plus your brawn. Oh my goodness.
Well, my brawn is 3.
Brawn plus, yeah, it's plus your armor. Your armor was what do we say that? I gotta go to your page.
I don't remember. Oh,
I linked to you guys a
Ew.
like a PDF so you can see how to spend advantage and stuff. If you don't have that.
okay. Thank you.
It's okay. So you technically have a soak of 5 with your
I have
armor.
6 though because I got a skill that gives me 1 extra.
There you go. All right, now you're updated. All right, I was about to say, I was like, there's no way you have armor plus all of your abilities and you still only have a soak of 3. Okay.
Okay.
Whew. All right, excellent. Okay, so the good news is you're super powerful, but if he crits you, this could be interesting. Okay, so he turns on you with the power of the dark side, and he fires away. Oh my goodness.
He
Okay.
succeeded.
He definitely did. The
Oy.
good news is he takes 2 threat while doing this, and
Okay.
he shoots you, but you have a soak of 6, and so you only take 3 wound damage.
Okay.
We'll leave
I
it at
spit.
that.
As he does it, I spit at him.
Good.
Right on his helmet.
Get him.
Ew.
What else? And then he immediately performs a black die. He uses his 2 advantage to negate Sam's blue die that he's giving Oda for next turn.
What does that look like in the lore? Like, what does he try to do to help Oda and get thwarted?
I mean, it literally would be something along the lines of as he's firing the perhaps the explosion behind you makes the stormtrooper and the chaos think that you because you're on the ground and he sees an explosion, perhaps you were dead, and so he doesn't focus on you at all,
Gotcha.
and so you have the ability to take aim more or something along those lines.
But in this case, something
It's
made
negated.
him. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
think that's
what ends up happening is like he
I like
probably
the concept of you tripped and he just lost sight of you because you're now behind boxes.
yeah.
and so now because Dio spit on this dude's pristine stormtrooper armor, he like focused on her and then probably noticed that you were still like trying to get up, so he now sees because you're directly behind her, sees that you're
Right.
kind of like yeah. All right, but you
Worth it,
do
though,
get up.
for the spit.
Yeah, so here's the thing, you would have to use your maneuver to stand up. So you couldn't move, you could just stand up and then fire.
And I can't fire from prone, right?
You can, but you would be at a disadvantage. You would get a downgrade on your dice roll for that.
That's fine. I'll stand up.
Okay. Yeah, so you use your maneuver to stand. And
Yeah.
what would you like to do now? Would you just like to fire?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dio's got this, but might as well help finish it off. So yeah, can I again fire both my blasters?
Yeah, of course. Jesus. Yeah, you blast this guy. You stand up and like actually I'm gonna let you describe how you end this fight.
So when I was knocked prone, I had one of those moments, where you fall down and you kind of stare at the ceiling and you kind of just like give yourself that talking to moment, and then you can tell that Oda just gets pissed off and she kind of lowers her lids and she stands up and then she really gives it a moment and just both at the same time instead of the pew pew she's been doing, just a full on like dual trigger pull.
Nice. Yeah. Also, just for the record, that Imperial blaster shot got disadvantage, so you definitely should have gotten a bonus on that, but you destroyed this guy, so it doesn't matter.
Nice.
Yeah, you take 2 strain for doing this, but you stand up, and I'm gonna say it's even like slow mo, right? It's like very
sick.
cool. You have like your cloak like whipping in the wind of this room for some reason.
Explosions. Wind of explosions.
Yeah, the explosion wind, right? Explosion wind, and you just like slow-mo blast this guy, and your
A
blaster fire
tendril of
shot.
hair in my eye.
Oh yeah, like the one, yeah. And you fire, and the bolts go right past Dio's head and blast this stormtrooper right in the noggin, and he just falls over dead. And that's it. All of the stormtroopers are gone from this room, and the group of you are now standing there just in the aftermath of this destruction. The sirens have stopped, but the red lights are still blinking.
Is Dio impressed? Oda wants to know if Dio's impressed.
Yeah, I'd say like right as she spits, that's when like the blaster just like goes to this guy's head. And at first I'm like a little shocked, and I just turn around and I just give a good thumbs up.
Oda gives her like a little wave with the guns.
And then I immediately turn my attention to the stranger in the room. The new stranger, I should say.
Yeah, what you notice now in the out of the corner of your eye, Sam, that you are standing before this group, this motley crew of these 3 characters who have burst in this room to help you fight, and a few other stragglers who are now entering from the small room that was attached to this hangar. You say anything to them?
He groans as he gets himself off of one knee, and he slings his hunting blaster over his shoulder, and he kind of just tilts his head towards the elevator he'd come from. He just, let's go.
You go with him?
I wait for Oda to catch up with me.
Yeah, beg pardon, but go where and who are you?
Off the ship. Doesn't matter.
Acceptable.
Okay, right. But where's the droid? I look around.
What are you doing?
Has anyone else noticed that there was a klaxon alarm and blinking lights, and there was no backup for those troops?
I didn't notice because I was busy blowing the head off that stormtrooper, but now I notice. Thank you.
I think I might have taken care of that backup.
How so?
They're below deck.
Oh, very nice. Well, how do you
Shall we?
propose we get off the ship?
I think the bigger question is who precisely are you, and why are we blindly trusting this man who blasted 10,000 bolts into our general direction?
I'm
Fair
not
question.
blasting now.
I just like point
Throws his hands up.
at the other, and I'm like, he's onto something. I think he's onto something.
I don't see you blasting, droid.
I do not blast.
Exactly. A lot of good you are.
I mean, he stayed out of the way. That was good enough.
Look, I saw you. I followed you. I came to help. Shall we go?
What is
Well-
your motivation?
I don't think we have time for this.
Do any of us really have time for anything ever? Why not now? We could be dead tomorrow. We could be dead in 5 minutes. We could have been dead 10
Oda?
minutes ago.
Oda, will you give me a? Oh my god, what is this going to be? I want to see if you, either through the Force somehow, or perhaps from your time before you were drugged and kidnapped. Will you roll for me a? What would this be? A perception to see if you
Uh-oh.
noticed or remember this person from the planet below.
My
Not the
perception's
planet
not
below, but the
so
planet you were at.
good.
Nope,
Nope.
This guy does not ring as anyone you've ever seen before. That's because
Never seen anyone like that before.
good. Yeah, he's that good. He knows you though somehow, but he's not letting on that. So okay, yeah. What is Do you follow this guy? What do you do? What is?
Well,
Alarms are still
I-
going off, not silent alarms. We'll say.
I'm the one
Piotr,
that's
could you
forcing
stop
Oda to
those?
lead. So
Can I stop them? Does the console? Do I have to science check again? Or do I know? What the
You
console
definitely would
does?
have to do a roll to see if you could do anything with the.
Yeah, I probably need to. If yeah.
I will let you know. It is. You'd have to see if you can access it again, like you said. You'd have to roll for it.
There you go.
Yeah. No, you got into this console.
All right. Does it shut
And,
the alarm up?
Unfortunately, this console moves the giant crane that has a claw, which would have been dope for the battle, but unfortunately, all you
Been.
can use it for now is to like lift boxes.
Shuffle faster next time.
Unfortunately, I can do nothing about the alarms from this location.
Well, I'm curious because you said you had a mission and all of that. I'm just wondering, why didn't we keep this ship?
Talking to me?
We could share it. We could go places. We don't have anywhere else to go. Certainly don't want to go down to the planet.
probably shouldn't be flying around in an Imperial ship.
Why not?
Hero ship beats no ship.
True.
It would certainly work if subterfuge were ever necessary.
I like this ship.
Okay, can you pilot it?
I mean, how hard could it be?
No. I'll look at the other two and be like, can either of you pilot it?
Oh, I forgot if I even took skill in that shit.
The big man on the other end of the room just shrugs.
Ay. So no one can pilot it?
I'm
What is
sure
that,
you could, Daya.
astrogation?
It is
Pilot space,
astrogation.
right? Oh, is it?
No
Okay.
points in it.
There is a lot of different abilities, but just as an example, the things that you could be using would be astrogation, but also piloting, planetary, and space. This would be space piloting.
I could probably try to pilot it.
Yeah.
We could.
I walk over to Oda and extend my hand, and I just say, "My name's Ilago. I've decided to help you."
Well, thank you. I take his hand gingerly. And then look at him expectantly, like, what does this mean? Why are we doing this?
Provides a rather crushing grip and just shakes your hand for you.
Pleased to meet you, Lago.
Good.
May I ask, things have been a little crazy around here. I've been kidnapped. So I'm just curious why you've decided to help.
You remind me of someone.
Who?
You can tell he doesn't want to impart any more information.
Fair
Has to
enough.
walk away.
Not the time.
What an arbitrary motivation.
Look, I just don't
Uh,
want to be here anymore. So could we make plans to move this ship elsewhere?
This would require movement to the bridge.
Isn't that where we were headed anyway?
Indeed it was.
Just a refresher for our droid, so he remembers all the stuff that he learned last time. You are currently in the middle deck of this ship. In the blast doors behind Ulago are the main sort of hall area with ladders that go down to the lower deck, and then places to sit, some various chairs and things, and then another door that leads to the cabin area, the main crew galley lounge area, the captain's quarters, crew area. And beyond that are some more stairs that lead up to where the life support was, and stairs that lead down to where those 3 dead Rhodians that Ulago saw. And then there's the bridge. Beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's about 3 rooms you have to get through before the bridge.
I have no idea how many crew are on this ship currently.
You definitely know that there are a complement of 12 crew members, and it has enough room on this ship for 8 passengers, should they choose to.
Okay, 12 crew members. And how many do I know how many would be on the bridge at any given time? Would it be a full
Well, I
complement
mean,
of 12?
you can math the fact that Oda seduced, then beat up and blasted
One
the guy
guy, yeah.
upstairs. And then
He's
there were
still
4
here.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
And then there are the 4 dead stormtroopers, and then that's all that you know. But perhaps other people in your group might know more.
Mm-hmm.
Before we do anything rash, we should account for the locations of the surviving crew.
I know which direction
Well,
they'll be in.
We'll lead the way.
Uh,
Perhaps they'd like to join our cause.
Lago walks to the, I guess, the raising platform that he came on.
Mhm.
And
Do you
there's
wanna
some
go
kind of
back down?
control panel. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
go
the
back
control panel is the one that PR3 saw earlier during the battle. So it's far away from you, so you can't like use it and then jump on the platform. It'll start moving before you get to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna gather up the rest of the group that we've been leading to, and also quietly ask them: are any of you pilots? Anyone a pilot? Pilot here? Anyone pilot?
They all sort of like look at each other. They all have been spread about, like sort of wandering around, kind of in a shock, and they all gather around you. And as you ask them, "Are any of them a pilot?" One of the Clatoonians looks at you, and you think he's about to raise his hand, and then he turns and points to one of the dead bodies behind you.
Inconvenient.
Largo's out in the hallway, and he's trying to use his gun as a pointer to get someone to get the console he needs, but they keep flinching when he uses it, and he's getting frustrated. Can you just droid maybe just hit that the console?
Uh, or you want me to push it and then like be stuck there, or what? That's what you're asking me right now? Oh my god.
Well, I can send it back up.
Uh-huh.
He could. That's
Distressing.
true.
I doubt he's gonna, but okay. Fine. Begrudgingly.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, you go up to the console. What is your plan? Do you want all of the people there to get on it and go down, or what do you want to do?
I was just gonna go down first on my own.
Sure. Is everyone
and
cool with that?
then send it back up. Well, I haven't really pitched it to the group.
Okay. So you're just like, hey, I'm going.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
kind of.
I don't
PR3.
know. I'm
you-
just pushing the button. He'll probably fall off the platform and break his head.
Okay. Yeah. So you press the button and the platform goes down and you all hear the like and the platform starts to lower and you see this guy going down by himself. You all turn to look at him. Do you do anything as you see him leaving you?
I salute.
Safe travels.
Will you will all three of you roll for me a perception roll?
Yes.
Not you, Sam, but PR3, Dio, and Oda.
Oh, apparently this I understand.
Yeah.
Never mind the guy
so-
that I've apparently seen before.
Yeah, okay. So the only one who recognizes anything, I won't give you any strain or anything for all that, but Oda, you definitely recognize the salute as the salute of someone who served in the old Republic military. It's definitely not the kind of like the flourishy salute of an Imperial or someone like that. You definitely know this person spent time serving in the old Republic. And it definitely comes off as like, oh, maybe this character is actually here to help and not a scummy like, I'm actually another bounty hunter who's going to betray you. So yeah, it definitely like, oh damn, because you spent enough time in the old Republic to recognize like, wait a minute, because you know you spent a lot of time around those soldiers.
Yeah.
Okay, so
My trust increases.
Sam, you
Oda
go
will
down
remember this.
on this platform, and as you get down to the bottom, you see that the room that was once, very clear, and you could see all of the dead Rhodians and pilot and officer. It is now there's smoke everywhere. There's sparks, and it almost looks like someone shot up the room. You notice that the escape pods are they are all gone, and that the entranceways to the TIE fighters are smoking. And it's almost like, at least from your experience, you can tell either they threw a thermal detonator down there or they shot it up, but the TIE fighters are ruined. They're still there, but they're ruined and unflyable. And the room is completely, all the consoles, everything is destroyed.
Is there smoke just billowing out of this like shaft that I've
Yes,
traveled
yeah.
down
As it
now?
goes down,
Yeah.
when it enters the lower deck and get past the walls of the cargo bay area, everyone above sees smoke coming up as well now too.
Yeah, I think I think at the bottom he just slowly sends it back up. And there's like this long period of you see his face and he's coughing, covering his face with his forearm, and he slowly keeps going and he keeps going, until he's finally back up to the right floor.
Yeah,
And,
the smoke stops billowing out into the cargo bay area, and you are now a little sootier looking, and you're standing in front of everyone. What do you say?
don't go
We
down
just- So we just saw Nero, and then tons of smoke, and then Nero.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, as to the Miss Crew, they are gone, and we need to land the ship immediately.
Well, I suppose I could talk to, the person we met upstairs that's in a cell with a note. Maybe he would be willing to fly the ship. Unless you do want to try, Deo.
That's a bad idea.
We're out of
I don't-
ideas, so
I mean, I could try piloting it.
let's.
I'm not.
I think you do great.
Let's see. You try to convince this guy. I mean, he really liked you. I mean, really, really liked you. So, I mean, he really liked her. So maybe you could work out some sort of deal. But if not, then I'll try. How's that?
All right.
Fair enough. Just, you got to
Should we
work your charm
go
again.
back to get him, or should we go to the bridge?
Look at PR3.
I suggest scouting the bridge first thing.
We seem to lose direction quite easily. I think we should follow PR3's directions.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Try and keep up.
And then I shuffle really slowly.
Yeah, PR3 slowly begins to walk, and the rest of you are kind of like fall in line behind him. You go through the first blast doors, and you now find yourself in a open area with two turbo lifts going down and some ladders as well. But there's smoke billowing from those ladders, but there are vents that are sort of sucking it up in this room. And as you move through this area, you notice that aside from the damage below on the lower deck, this area seems fine. You go through the next area, and you're in the galley lounge area, and you see that there's food that you could probably eat, and there's
Is there
beds
fresh
and
calf?
there is no fresh calf, but there definitely was calf that was made who knows how long ago, but it's still on the pot. And you begin to move through this area as well. Do you continue on to the bridge? There's stairs that lead back up to the top floor in between the bridge and you. And the top floor is where the prison cells were. For reference.
I'd continue to the bridge.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As you move into the bridge, you see that it's completely empty. There's no one on the bridge, and the ship is floating in orbit above the planet. This dark brownish green planet with a dim star, and you're just sort of sitting there, and you can see out into space, sort of smoke billowing out into the emptiness of space, probably the TIE fighters. And all these controls stand before you.
Mhm.
I would like to
Seems
attempt.
that this place is vacant.
Looks like the ship's ours then.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
Yeah.
Place
As you sit down,
my rifle down.
Yeah, as you sit down, will you? I'll let you all roll on this, but this is a tough one. This is like you definitely probably should have some computer skills, but I'll let you roll what you think is best, either perception or computers, to figure out if you can see anything, learn anything when you sit down. And I'll let all of you roll on this.
You said perception, right?
Yes, or computers if you have it. Whatever's highest for you. Ooh, PR3 sees something. Nope.
Why do I always play characters that have the most horrible perception? I never see or notice anything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. What do you? Okay, so everyone rolled. We're good. All right. So PR3, as Ulago goes to start typing away, you notice immediately that they have done something with the controls of this ship. You don't know what, but you know the configuration is off in some way.
Stop. Do not proceed. Something is wrong.
Lawyer lifts his hands up like he's under arrest.
Something is wrong with these controls. They seem to be rigged somehow.
It's kind of vague.
I don't know, but I suggest finding out exactly what the situation is before you start tapping.
Okay.
Can you run some sort of diagnostic?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Have
go
all
for it.
kinds of hand scanners and doo-wops and wibbity doos.
You
I love
you
doo-wops.
did plan for this. Yeah, you have so many
Uh-huh.
doo-wops.
I actually forgot to write them down, so I forget what kind of thingamabobs I have
have a list
actually.
somewhere. But you definitely have the ability to use your scomp. The old scomp, if anyone saw the episode, what was
Scamperoo.
it? 6 of Mandalorian? The one where he takes the arm and like the little thing
Hey, that's
comes
a
out.
spoiler, dude. I'm on
Oh,
5.
yeah.
I'm on 5.
There's just an arm with a and that's
Like RoboCop.
that's yeah, you have one of those. So you can scomp
Oh,
your way
cool.
into this.
I could stab the dad from that 70s show in the neck. Cool.
You could. You very much could.
Obscure references. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely
that for a
jack in.
Yeah, sure. As you jack in and you know, it does the Star Wars thing where it does the close up and then your little thing connects and then does the like movement, the little circle movements. As you do that, all the systems shut down and you hear over the intercom, and it's like it's crackly at first, but then suddenly becomes very, very clear. Hello, prisoners. I see you've taken our ship. How inconvenient for you. And out of the dark side of the planet. Where did that thing go? Out of the
No,
dark
no,
side
everything's
of the planet.
fine. Everything's
That
fine
voice is who I
here.
think it
How are
is. Yes,
you?
Everything's fine. Out of the
Boring
corner
conversation
of that-
anyway.
All right, good. It uploaded. Perfect. Comes this bad boy. A Imperial light cruiser. It's slightly bigger than your ship, but not by a lot. However, it is much more heavily armed and fortified than your ship.
Why is it always got to be a bad boy?
The voice comes back on and says, "Surrender now, and we'll let you live. Or you can die aboard the ship. It matters not."
I think we should surrender.
We are going to perish with an unequivocal certainty.
But couldn't we try?
I am
The
unsure if
controls
your
are actually
efforts
locked
would
up.
be sufficient.
Jesse?
The controls are not locked up. You can do they've just been changed in some way. You can do another computer check PR3 to see if you can figure out what they changed. You just know that they changed them.
Yeah, I do want to do that.
Sure.
All right, so do I have to roll again?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Computators.
Computate. Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
so you take some strain for that. It's it's tough, but you figure it out. What they've done is they've inverted everything. So everything's inverted. If you were to try and fly forward, you would have gone backwards. If you would
Those
have
dicks.
tried to go up, like all your axes are wrong. Everything's been inverted. And more importantly, if you try to fly this, it's going to make it even more difficult. This is like if you're
Mhm.
playing a video game and the controls invert on you halfway through, you have to readjust. It's going to take readjustment to learn how to fly this. So whatever piloting skill you have, you're going to get downgrades on that.
That's just trolly.
It is trolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems that they have rigged these flight controls to be completely reversed from normal. Anyone piloting is going to have to be incredible.
Can't you just talk to the ship and ask them to unreverse them?
Can I do that?
You can do that. It'll take time though. And this Imperial cruiser is
Hmm.
slowly closing in on you.
There does not
until then-
seem to be any time.
Well, don't we have guns on this ship?
You do.
Hmm.
What you know and remember is
how
that
hard can this be? Forwards is backwards, right?
Right.
Backwards is forward.
I like
You
your
have-
attitude.
the good news is you have heavy armor, 2 shield generators, you have a hyperdrive, and you have 2 laser turrets and 18 concussion missiles on this ship.
I've gotten out of worse scrapes than this. PR3, you talk to the ship. Try to talk fast. We'll get to the guns, and as soon as we're ready, we'll hit the hyperdrive.
Hmm.
Very well.
I have a good feeling about this.
I should go backwards, right? Because that's forwards.
Yeah, I need you to do a piloting roll for me. Piloting, I
Space?
believe it's space piloting, yeah. Yeah, no, you
Okay.
still can't figure it out yet. You are trying to figure this
But-
thing out, and it is like chunking along.
I
However,
would like to try and shove him out of the chair and try myself. I don't know.
you want to give that
piloting.
advantage to Pokket, Sam? You just got?
Yeah.
And let her try? Okay.
It's like you
I'll
loosened it
try.
up
Uh,
for her.
Yeah, go for it, Pokket.
You loosened
Give it-
it
give it-
up. You dusted it
Give it a
off.
shot.
Do I need to click anything?
Nope, just
For the
roll
advantage?
your space piloting.
Okay, I will. Let me find it. There it is.
Wow. That helps.
I did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where do you want to go? You see sort of through the matrix code, and you now can pilot this thing, at least for that role. Where do you want to go?
Forward. I want to get out of here. Is there any way we can start
We head for
preparing
the
the
planet?
hyperdrive?
You can start preparing the hyperdrive. You can try to at least.
Yeah.
Will you give me a actually, your ship starts to move, and as you feel the thrusters engage and you start to move forward, on the comms signal again, you hear a voice come over, and it's like, where do you think you're going? You can't escape. The system is on lockdown.
Can I? No. I aim a blaster at wherever the comm signal is coming from. Like I'm just gonna blast it, but then I think better of it and put the blaster away.
Smart move. It is part of the computer system. Yeah. You have different options here in the cockpit just for the sake of it. You can, instead of just talking to him over comms, you can talk to this officer literally through like a video chat if you wanted to. You can go back to the oh my god, the turbo lasers which are in the back of the ship. Or someone can man the concussion grenade launcher that's there. Also, there is the upstairs area which you haven't gone back to explore again. Yeah, you can also try and get the hyperdrive up and running. There are many options for you right now.
Oda
I
is going to
the
run for the
hyperdrive.
concussion. Oh, go ahead.
Oh. As I'm piloting, I'm gonna immediately start the hyperdrive so we can hopefully make our way out of here, and then
Sure.
tell them
Um,
to pick something.
Yeah.
I call the concussion grenades.
So you're gonna
He
get
has guns,
concussion
right?
grenades.
Mhm.
What are the other two of you gonna try and do?
I'm still talking to the computer, trying to unscrew the controls, basically.
I mean,
Yeah.
Belaga gets to his feet and he's like, "This thing has guns, right? There's guns."
I list off all the ordnance for him.
Yeah, there were
Okay,
laser
goes to
guns, right?
He goes to find the laser gun.
Yeah, it's way in the back.
It's
So
going
you
up
you start to, you leave the room and start heading towards the back of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I head for the
Pocket?
concussion grenades.
Pocket, will
Hey,
you give me a roll, please?
Yes.
To let's see what you're gonna do your piloting. This
That's
is
what I
very
did.
difficult. Plus, you have a downgrade for some reason. Please try to use your hyperspace.
For some reason,
You'll
I
find
got
out.
advantage.
Yeah. You go to turn on the hyperspace drive, and you hear like a, and you realize it is in fact not operational.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's not good.
You can
Okay.
you can definitely go and try to figure out why it's not operational, but it is not working. And as you do that, is that JP who's pinging your force die?
I was wondering that.
Doing it. Someone's like, remember, you have force.
What does force
There
die do? What
is-
would it do in this
It would
situation?
give you it would literally have negated that downgrade. It gives you an
Oh.
advantage. It turns one of your green to a yellow die.
Oh, okay.
So you notice that as you go to turn on the hyperdrive, it sounds like it's charging up and then immediately shuts down. And when you do, the sirens come back on. And
Oh
it's
my
the
God.
loud like like that. It's loud and it's red and annoying. Ulago, as you're running through the hallways back to the guns, you start to get lightheaded. And you feel like something is not right.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Phew. I felt better. Wait, I feel great. Why was I here again?
Yeah, you're just like, it suddenly becomes like you've gone from standing on the shoreline to 10,000 feet up in the mountains. It's suddenly become very, very hard to breathe.
Oh,
Yeah, he starts staggering back to the cockpit.
Yeah, the rest of you notice as well, like, it's because you aren't very active at the moment, it's not, you didn't notice it right away. But suddenly, as you start to panic and the alarms, your like heart's pumping faster, every one of you, except for PR3 who doesn't breathe, notices something is a little off. Like you're it's like
I
you're really
immediately try to
struggling.
grab. Is there a mask anywhere?
No, there are no masks. It's almost like they took them all.
Can I put on a stormtrooper mask? Would that help? Like run back to those troopers that we
Stormtrooper
killed?
masks do not provide. They just
They don't provide
provide like filtering. They don't provide oxygen.
Okay.
If they
Well,
gassed you, I'd be like, yeah, go get that stormtrooper mask. But they don't like, unless it was a space trooper, you're not gonna save yourself anyway.
oh, I see. Okay.
Can
Oy.
I seal the cockpit when I return?
You can, but I don't know that will affect the situation. But you can do it.
I do it anyway.
Sure. Yeah, you run back in the room and you just boop, 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 and you seal it like does the double blast door thing, and it seals shut. And not four of you, the group of you, 4 plus all of the other people that are with you are now in this tiny room. And you begin to notice there's definitely something wrong with the oxygen.
Yeah, could you
PR3.
fix that?
Yeah, I'd say stop doing what you're doing and can you fix the breathing situation for us?
There's a breathing situation.
Of course you wouldn't know that, but yes, there is.
Yeah,
I
PR3, you
think
notice every single organic in the room is just like
Typically, lack of oxygen causes disorientation. You all seem just as dense as you were before. Are we certain that there is a lack of oxygen?
Ha ha, very funny. Please, we can't breathe.
Very well. I
That
start
was
working
pretty
on
funny,
it.
though.
Yeah, PR3, you recognize that
What an ass.
He's
Uh,
definitely
you
dead.
recognize that
Great.
up above you is where the life support functions were. None of you have been back through there, but you real quickly from the computer scans realize it is off. You have, since you left the hangar bay, been just slowly losing oxygen as none of it's pumping back into the ship.
All right. I start working on what's wrong. Do I need to make another computer roll?
No. Like you're already in the computer system. You just know
Okay, yeah.
that it's off.
Okay. Is there anything I could do? Do I have any recourse with what I currently have in front of me?
Nope. It's just turned off, and there's nothing in that system to turn it back on. You'd have to go up to the.
I have to manually go up there?
Mhm.
Oh, well, I guess I have no choice, so I resolutely go make my way. Where is it from here?
Yeah. It's literally if you exit out, there's stairs that lead directly up to it. It's right
Thank
above
God
you.
it's not a ladder, at least. All right, cool.
No.
All right,
Yeah,
I start.
so does
going
anyone
up there.
go with him, or does he just go by himself? You all stay in the room.
We stay in the room. I think Ulago goes over to Deo and puts his hand on his shoulder and basically says, "We have to land the ship."
Right. Landing the ship. Okay. Well, we have one option, and we have enemies right behind us that are gonna know we landed the ship.
If we don't land the ship, we die.
Right. Okay. I start.
As you say, we have enemies behind us. What is that? You have 2. They have. Oh boy. Well, this is unfortunate. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay. So they begin to fire on you, and your ship takes damage. But because you have heavily fortified shields and armor, it's not damage that's like, oh no, the ship's on fire. It's just eating away at the shields right now. And so they begin to fire on you and close in. And as they do, it'll reduce the amount of difficulty they have in hitting you until eventually they're above you and can just keep firing without difficulty. So they are closing in and firing on you right now.
I mean, if we have to get people back on the guns then, and I'm gonna try and bring up the shield. You said we had shields.
They're already up. I mean, the shields were up.
Oh, they're already up. Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna try and bring the ship down. Navigate it slowly to the planet.
Sure. Okay. Give me a Let me remove my stuff so you don't get that. Give me a piloting space ability roll, please.
Can I use light side?
Absolutely. Click that.
Does it help me?
It will. I'll
Yes.
give you an upgrade.
Okay.
All right. Click away.
Do I have to change any stats or anything? No.
Nope, I did it for you. I just did it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You begin to pilot towards the planet.
Okay.
Someone who's with you is going to have to find you a place to land or some place that you can touch down. Remember, underneath you still are 2 TIE fighters. They are not detached. So when you land, you will land on top of 2 very explosive TIE fighters. So be aware of that. Also, entering the atmosphere, you're going to have some trouble with, the shielding and all. There's going to be rough. Whatever happens, you need to figure out how you're going to get down as safe as possible.
Okay.
I will
Safe as
simply
possible.
say
This is a crash landing, Cox.
all right. You have PR3 at your side as well. PR3 did find out last time this information. It could be useful to you on determining what you want to do. The planet you're on is that you're above is Nam Chorios. It is a desolate planet in the Chorios system that still supports human life, and it is in a constant state of dusk due to the dim sun. It is mostly desert and crystal mountains. The plant life there is mostly first generational plants. So this is things that are used for terraforming, like Gomex moss is one of the things that's there. There's mostly because it consumes very little water. There's not much actual water on the planet. In fact, the soil is, again, like I said, broken down, mostly desert. There is a city called Huegshul. It's the capital. It's the primary city on Nam Chorios, and nearby is an imperial prison, I believe, called Bleak Point Station, and that is where you were headed to begin with. And that's all the information that you know about Nam Chorios at the moment. I didn't name the planet. It's a Star Wars planet. I didn't name it Nam Cheerios. It's not my problem. I just picked a planet that had. I was like, where do Imperial prisons exist in this timeline? And so this is one of them. Not my fault. So yeah, so that's what you know at the moment. And that's the best thing that I can give to help you determine what the hell you want to do.
So you all think we're going to be safer on a planet with an Imperial prison than trying to fix life support and run away?
Yes.
Am I still down the hole fixing life support, right?
You were making your way up there. This is a conversation happening as you're going there.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right, well,
We're sitting ducks here. And quite frankly, an Imperial prison means more Imperial ships. We can get a different one.
all right.
Yeah. Sounds
We're
good to
going to
me.
land.
Okay.
We're going to be pretty.
Well-
Try and focus the damage to the back of the ship.
Do those TIE fighters have some sort of autopilot? Could we send them out?
No.
Well, then we should jettison them.
Can we just
you
detach them?
definitely can. Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to detach them. I know where
In
that.
what way
but-
would you like to detach them?
Okay, so the ship. I mean, I guess just
where's the enemy ship? Is it like
behind
In
us.
The
relation
Right?
to
Imperial
us.
cruiser is
just chasing
imagine
us?
if you were in orbit, like if the planet is to the right of you, the Imperial cruiser is coming up around the back of the planet, shooting at the back of your ship.
Mhm.
Perhaps we could release the TIE fighters in such a way that they fly into our pursuers.
All right.
could
And
love it.
I'll let you do that then. I'm kind of piloting right now. I look at
I have to
Ulago
do
and I'm like,
everything.
you do.
Like
This is
runs
what you
a
get for
hand
being a
down his
droid.
face, and he's like, "Just land the ship."
I'm gonna land. We can't land on the TIE fighters. We have to release them. They will
Just
explode.
a heads up. Remember that PR3, you're in a different room. So
Yeah.
heads
I
up on
wasn't
that.
talking with it.
But
No,
can't
you're
you
in the
talk to-
stairs. You're going up the stairs to the other thing, to the life support system.
I thought I could still hear the conversation.
I mean, you can.
He's just yelling back down the corridor.
I'm just
you
talking
definitely-
over my shoulder.
I have to do
Yeah, all right.
everything.
Yeah, so you can't help them with this at all.
When Deo mentions releasing the TIE fighters, Ulago like slams the desk in frustration, and he unlocks the door to the cockpit and starts heading back down again to where he saw the TIE fighters, assuming that less oxygen means fire.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on. That's for sure.
Okay, I'd like to make
okay.
my way down. To the TIE fighters.
So we cut back to PR3. PR3, you are up above in the life support area, and you see that all the systems are just shut down. All the screens are black. Everything is off.
Mm-hmm. Well, do I know which buttons to start pushing, or do I have to make a check?
You know that there's a keyboard you can pull out and begin to tap away at it and reaccess the terminals.
I love keyboards. Let's do it.
Yeah. You pull out the keyboard, and on the keyboard is a note.
Oh God.
The exact same note that Oda left behind on the guy that she locked in the prison.
Oh.
And underneath it, in Orbesh and different handwriting, is a reply that says, "Thank you. Wasn't the worst date I had." And it's like tacked onto the keyboard, and the keyboard is missing many keys.
That's sweet.
Why is human romance so frustratingly complicated?
So just an outer monologue, because that's solo monologue.
Yes, that was him. Just mad about just the fact that this sucks. This whole thing sucks.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So there's really no options here. Then
Nope.
can I open the
life
panel?
support system is out.
I have no.
You
mechanic
can
skill,
open the
though.
panel and try to do something in it, but like all the keys, and there is no scomp link at all. So There's nothing you can do up here. The access terminal is damaged.
No old-fashioned way. Hot wiring, wires, stripping wires,
You could
twisting wires.
definitely try to hotwire. Absolutely.
I would love that.
Yeah. All right. Give me a what would this be? I think this would be a
It's the electrician skill at.
Yeah. I mean, you're not using your computers. Mechanics is what this would be.
All right, I want to roll it.
Go
I
for
believe
it.
in you.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'll give that to you. I accidentally gave you an upgrade, but the upgrade die wasn't your success, so I'm not gonna hold it against you. Yeah, you pop the panel open, and inside you see all these wires, and you know exactly what to do, and you begin to go to town on this. I'm going to roll something now because I have a little countdown timer on my screen here. RD.
Don't worry,
It'll
PR3
take
went
you
to
6
DeVry
minutes.
Institute.
It'll take you 6 minutes to get in and access this terminal. Will you roll for me a perception check?
All right.
This is an easy check for you.
All right, cool. Perception is... Oh, there it is.
Okay,
Nice.
wonderful. So you, in your computer brain, realize it'll take you 6 minutes to rewire this entire system, get the oxygen back on. But you also realize that with the fire down below, to get at stable levels of oxygen, it'll take you 25 minutes. But you only have 16 minutes before all the oxygen is gone in the ship. What would you like to do?
Oh my god.
You're the only person who knows this information, by the way.
Is there an intercom nearby?
No, but you can definitely go to the stairs and shout back down.
Oh.
Mom!
I'm going over there.
We may all
Okay.
have to pile into one of those TIE fighters.
I don't know if
There will
that's
not be enough
possible.
oxygen left, and fixing the oxygen will not give you survivability with the amount of time it will take.
It definitely, maybe 3 people can fit into a TIE fighter, maybe. But
There's
Ulago
two.
knows that those TIE fighters have been damaged. They are not going anywhere.
Perhaps we
Well, I'm
should
out of ideas.
just go down to the planet.
How
Like
long
you
does
said.
it take to land then? That's what I was trying to do.
Well, that's a great question. If you're trying to land, it'll take you a sec. If you're trying to crash, that's a different thing.
How long to gracefully crash?
To gracefully
There's
crash?
no grace out this. We crash and we use the fucking force dice to not die, and we have to do it now.
Let's do it.
Okay, that
okay.
makes sense.
I
Alright,
called
so-
PR3 back.
All right, I need you to roll a piloting.
Okay.
This is just a normal standard thing. I need you to roll a piloting to see if you can land it, and
Ugh.
then we'll do another roll to see what kind of landing you get.
Okay.
Yo,
was
you can land this thing. You can definitely get
right?
this thing down to the surface. You will get down there. Whether you'll all be alive or not, that's a different thing. Okay, so that is your space piloting. You will get down to the planet. I need you to now roll a planetary piloting. It's
Okay.
like once you hit that atmosphere, it's gonna be a whole different bumpy ride.
Is anyone gonna
Because I
help me
hate you.
during this at all? Like nav
now?
or keep track or anything? Can I get advantage from anyone helping me during this at all?
This is the part we
You
use light
can.
dice.
Okay, this is where
Yeah,
I use
you
a light
can. You
dice.
can use your light side die.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, I'm using a dice.
Okay, I'm gonna upgrade
use
you, but
both.
because I hate you, I'm gonna use a dark side die, and I'm gonna downgrade you.
Wow.
How could you?
Well, because I mean, you can
Wee.
use another light side die if you want. It's fine by me. I'm gonna keep doing this. I always have one advantage on you. I'll make this real hard.
Okay. I'm gonna go for it. I got advantage.
All right, sure, yeah. Once you hit the atmosphere, it's gonna be rough. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
It'll not be good. It will not be fun. But
It'll
you
be a
can
brace for
get to the
impact moment?
atmosphere. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So describe to me what you're trying to do in this ship. What is your plan to get yourself to the atmosphere? and start to land this craft.
As we're getting to the atmosphere, my plan is to release the TIE fighters that are still sitting underneath of us. I'd like to release them over the prison.
Over the prison?
Yep.
I will say this: the TIE fighters are damaged,
Yeah.
and you can release them over the prison, but the atmosphere itself may destroy them. Because there is no one's piloting them, they'll just like spin out. And so
I
as they
should
just
like release them now while I'm still in space.
most likely that's the best thing you can get out of them. And they won't be under your boat when you try to land.
I'll try to.
Yeah, what's
I'll
your
release-
strategy?
Lago hasn't heard your plan, and he's already heading down there to release them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's right. If he's already gonna release them, then it's fine. Then yeah, I'm just gonna try and like coast it in and try to. Because I obviously am not a master pilot of a giant ship. So find sort of like a clear-ish space. I don't know how much how many trees and mountains and stuff are down here. It's
Yeah,
relatively
you'd have
flat,
to have
right?
I mean, it is like I said, it is deserts with crystal mountains.
Oh,
So you're
yeah,
not just gonna hit mountains, you will hit like literal diamonds and they will shatter your ship. So you definitely don't want to land near mountains.
No, the desert,
I will
right?
say yeah, that's your best shot. I will say that you definitely should have someone in your crew try to use either astrogation or something to help you figure out where the hell the best place to land is.
I'm gonna turn to PR3. PR3, we need a place to go. We need to land. We're coming in
Go
hot,
upstairs.
and I need
It'll
somewhere.
take him a sec to get down to you, but yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh, hurry! Wiggle
Go to bed.
Very
faster!
Go to bed.
well. I will arrive
I think
post
Oda's
haste.
in the room
And then
with
I
you.
shuffle slowly.
I want him to hack into it. Hopefully, he can find information directly of like landing locations. So.
Sure. You begin to turn the ship directly towards the planet, and the Imperials behind you see exactly what you're doing. They fall in behind you and begin to fire even more.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna run to the what were they? Concussion grenades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run.
The concussion grenades are forward facing, so you cannot
No.
shoot them, but the turrets are rear facing. So you can use those.
I'll go
if
to
you
one
want,
of
but
the
they're in
turrets, yeah.
Yeah, they're in the back of the ship. Turns out, speaking of that roll, the back of the ship is where all their fire is focusing on right now. And so they are heavily attacking it. Your shields are still up though, but expect that they will keep doing it until you
Also,
get
where
to
I'm
that.
heading.
Yeah, Oda's
Yeah.
stopping. Oh no. Don't. Oh no. When she's getting all riled up, she's going back there to get in a turret.
Sure. Okay, PR3, you enter the cockpit. You sort of shuffle your way past all of the people standing around. What do you do?
What did you want me to do, Pocket?
I
Searching?
wanted
You
to
wanted me to
find a
hack the
landing spot.
computer? Really? Huh?
Well, I wanted you to find a good landing spot because if I don't want to run into a crystal mountain.
Is that astrogation though, or is that computers?
Is there? I mean, I would assume the computer would have information on like where to land or what the terrain is like on an imperial planet, right?
Okay. I'm Captain Computer Roll tonight. Let's do it. Ready?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Mm,
No,
You
nothing.
can't detect anything. All you know is what you know. And you know that there is you know where the prison is, you know where the town is, the big town, the really only major town, and you know that there is a large desert and mountains, crystal mountains. But that is it.
what have I learned? That's a planet down there.
Yep.
Hmm. All right.
I have found no useful information.
Oh, this isn't good. Okay, I just keep navigating and I wait for the release of the TIE fighters.
Okay. Down below, Ulago is trying to unhook the TIE fighters. Do you have any strategy with this, or are you just trying to get them off the ship?
Well, I know there's going to be some kind of manual release.
Mhm.
He's got his cape bunched up over his face, and he's kind of like it's less smoky, but still smoky, pushing his way through. I guess I'm looking for some kind of manual override. Some kind
It's
of control
they're
panel.
right. It's literally just like a
Alright.
lever that you can.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Do you try to
And,
wait for Pocket to get into a position? Are you guys trying to use these as a weapon? What is the objective here?
Using him as a
You're
weapon.
just trying to
I
like
feel
get rid of them.
weird.
I'm just
think we wanna-
getting rid of him.
Oh, okay. We're just getting rid of him then. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You push one, then the other, and the TIE fighters begin to unhook as smoke is billowing out from the tubes that lead down to them. And as they start to unhook, you notice that there is you can see the darkness of space, but also as air and oxygen is being sucked out into space. You can close the porthole attachments, but they're still open.
Yeah, I'll close them again.
Yeah, all the smoke in the room starts billowing out into space as you close them and shut them. And because of the pressure and the suction of space itself, the doors close very quickly and seal. And the TIE fighter sort of, as we see from space, sort of just come unhooked and then float behind the ship. And the blaster fire, the turbo laser fire from the cruiser behind you hits them and they just explode into nothing. Particles in space as the ship continues chasing you down.
I would like to use
Yeah?
a light side point, Jesse, to
Okay.
see if I can locate the oxygen helmets of the TIE pilots, the 2 TIE pilots that were down here that I shot.
Absolutely you can. I'm going to do this because you're using a point. Yeah, go for it. Use that light side point.
Okay.
I'm just going to give you this one because the smoke got sucked out. And when it seemed like it was bad, like, oh no, my oxygen, actually what it did was it cleared up the room of smoke. And it like you reminded yourself, oh, there were 2 TIE fighter pilots I blasted in here. And on their bodies.
Yeah, I think I actually tripped on one, was how I found it.
Yeah, you were such a good shot. This is where your force point comes in. You didn't damage any of their equipment, and the helmets and the little thing that goes down to their chest piece is fully functional on 2 of them.
Okay. Cool.
Both of them work.
Okay. Are they easy to detach?
You would have to pull off the harness off of both of them and take off their masks, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. I get to work just detaching these harnesses.
Sure. Let me see really quickly. Okay. Wow. So it's literally like no time has passed. You still, for some insane reason, have 16 minutes of oxygen left. Good for all of you, I guess.
Great.
Everything seems fine.
Armor.
Yeah. It's we only have 5 minutes, but it lasts the last 30 minutes of the episode. That's kind of what's going on here.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
So, Oda, you've run back to the turrets in the back of the ship, and you can see the Imperial cruiser behind you and green turbo laser fire clipping the shields, and you can see the shield sort of like blue reflection as it hits. What do you do?
I jump in that turret and I unleash as much fire on them as possible. Ah!
Sure. In the most calm way imaginable. I need you to do a gunnery agility roll for me, please.
Why? I just need to know what I was thinking when I was like, yes, my character is a smuggler, an accomplished smuggler, yet she doesn't have any skill in gunnery or piloting. I don't know
I want
how
all of
she
you to
smuggled
know.
things.
During character creation, I dropped every hint that was like, maybe y'all should try to be a pilot. Maybe someone should like learn to fight in space. Everyone was like, what if I had 18 brawn? I'm like, all right.
I love that I missed character creation
I'm gonna
because
throw
I
this
got
out
to be
there.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I was gonna say,
Then
I
you
got
were
to
the
be like,
one. You're
hey,
supposed to be
these
the
guys are.
pilot, Sam. It's
You
all
guys are literally missing like every crucial skill. They have any ranged attack. They don't have any piloting. They have no agility. I'm just gonna fix everything, and then that was me. So that was strategic. My strategic character creation.
Well, good.
There
I'm
you
glad
go.
because I legit can't figure out the lore behind who my character is or why she's a smuggler if she can't do these things. But
I was
that's
wondering.
fine.
I thought you were gonna go piloting because
that's-
you were a smuggler.
That's the thing, though.
I swear I thought I
Are
did.
you a smuggler? Are you a smuggler, Anna? Are you? That's the
That's the
thing.
question.
Or are you living a lie?
Who am I,
Wow.
Jesse? I don't know. I don't know.
Here's the
who I
beauty of
am.
it. Maybe you've just succeeded as a smuggler because of the Force up to this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Mm.
see if I can use guns.
Nope.
Nope.
You fire. You're like, "Ah!" like just firing, but wildly firing, and the green turbo laser on the back of your ship is just like going everywhere. And when it does hit their ship, it hits their shields. But what it does do is it gives the enemy some sort of pause. Like, wait a minute, they're trying to fight us. And
Yeah, distraction.
in the cockpit of the ship, let me pull this back up. What is this guy's name? In the cockpit of the ship, over the intercom again comes on the Imperial captain of the cruiser. And he's like, "This is Captain Alder. What are you attempting to do? You cannot defeat us. Our ship is heavily fortified. You will die if you continue to resist."
Ah!
Yeah, you do nothing. You are loud and you are brass, and it goes against everything that you have ever been taught, and in that way you fail. Yeah, okay.
I'm
What do the rest
also
of
at the
you-
back of the ship, so would I be able to identify that she's now firing the
Yes,
lasers?
you know. Anna, did you go to the top or bottom turret?
Top.
Great. You notice that she's firing from the top turret, which means the bottom turret is free.
I make my way up to the top turret.
Okay.
Give her
Yeah.
one of the oxygen tanks and helmet.
Cool. Yeah. Do you stop firing in order to put this thing on, or do you let Ulago just like shove it over you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, thanks.
You're using
Okay,
up
Do
too
you
much
stop
oxygen.
firing?
No, I keep firing. I let him do it. I'm like, I'm busy,
Alright.
but that's fine. Sure, thanks for the help.
Yeah, and
I
he
just-
puts
I
a
just-
he puts
I
a
just
TIE
slide
fighter
the
helmet
on
on
your
you.
head,
Yeah.
Thank you.
and I
Appreciate
take
it.
the other one to the bridge.
Yeah, Oda, you realize exactly how bad things were when the helmet is put over you, and suddenly you can like you can breathe deeply now, like, oh no, it's actually pretty bad. You all are definitely like it's
That's
not
why
looking
I
good.
missed.
It must be.
That's why.
Oxygen deprivation.
So we cut back to Dio and PR3. Dio, you're just like trying to figure out, and Bike, you're standing next to her, just like, what? What are you trying to do to help get
Yeah,
you?
Mike,
in-
what are you trying to do?
what are you trying
Can
to
I
help?
respond to the Can I respond to the captain of the other ship on the intercom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure,
I'm
of
not gonna
course,
stop.
if that's what you want to do.
You are incredibly distracting. Please cease existing at your next earliest convenience.
All right, so now I can help.
The captain, you hear like a chuckle on the other end of the comms, and then the comm channel cuts off, and they begin to like an even heavier volley of fire
Nice.
hits the ship. And I'm going to use a dark side point because screw y'alls. And yeah, let's see what happens. Nope, they hit the shields again, but you're still good.
Yeah, my sass talk goes unpunished. All right. So, oh God, she's trying to do controls, and I don't know what can I do. I'm not even sure. Should I roll a thing?
Roll something. I
I
don't know.
roll
what.
something.
Can you assist with the landing?
Yeah.
I tried, and then I didn't see any places to
No, I mean,
touch down.
not the location, just helping land. Like,
Oh, you
yeah,
want me to be like?
co-piloting.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, I could help co-pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to do, you can try to do a something to help with her planetary piloting, because right
Mhm.
now Pokket has got the space piloting down. She can get you guys into the atmosphere. That's not a problem. Once you're in
Even
that
though it's
atmosphere, it's a
backwards, that's so
different
impressive.
experience. Like gravity and wind and friction,
Mm.
like it's a different piloting experience once you hit gravity.
Mm-hmm. And
So maybe you can
bees.
help with that.
All right. So I guess astrogation then.
Astrogation is like plotting a course.
Oh, okay then.
Which is fine, but that's like planet to planet. Hence the
What?
astro.
Oh, there is a piloting skill. No. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so planetary piloting.
Oh,
Then
well,
I meant to say.
like, does chat have an opinion on that? Can astrogations be used for landing? I don't know. We'll find out. But I would say right now, no. Right? Yeah, it's literally astro. So you would have to do space piloting.
Yeah.
Maybe perception. You could see, based on the planet, like as you approaching it closer, you could sort of point out, like that looks like an area. You know how if you're trying to land in space, like land in the ocean or land over in that area. You'd probably try and use that.
I would probably do perception to see if I can help.
Okay. Yeah, give me. Oh, actually, don't do that. Hold on. All right, there you go. Sorry, I was. I had a bonus in there for some reason.
Oh, well. Okay. So perception roll now.
You could also use the force too. You have a force die.
As a robot, can I use the force die after if I screw up? Or does it have to be before the roll?
You have to declare it. Yeah.
Not until we're about to die or something. I can't. Because right now we're in danger, but not unless
Sure,
like,
go
oh
for
my
it.
god, there's like a dinosaur about to eat us. All right.
Yeah, you take it one strain, but you definitely see that, based on the knowledge you have, you recognize that the desert on the outskirts, like the way this planet works is there's the Imperial prison overlooking this cliff, and down below are all these jagged, rocky, like crystal mountains, and then next to the prison is this town, and then on the other side of the town is this massive desert, and that is what you recognize is that desert. And you're like, we can go there.
Yes.
Down there, the desert. That would be the most likely place to survive such a landing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Down there. Gonna set course for down there. Okay. Down there. I got this. Nothing is. Oh my God. How did I end up here? Okay.
And don't worry. Due to my body being made of metal, I will likely survive in the case of catastrophic failure.
All of the people around you, standing around you, like look at you, terrified. It's now just sinking in. The couple holds each other tighter. It's not just sinking in how screwed they all are. And one of the Clitonians like gets down in a seat and like buckles himself in, and everyone's just like.
I point to him. I'm like, everyone should be doing that right now. By the way, everyone, y'all should be buckled in right now.
Yeah, there are only 4 seats in the cockpit, so everyone who can sit down. Like the couple, one of them buckles the other one in, and then he sort of like holds his arms around her, and then everyone else is kind of just like, okay. And the other Clitonian goes down and grabs the other seat, and then the other humans are just standing around like, all right.
Hold on to something. At least hold on to. I don't know. Sit down. Hold on to something. I don't know. Hold on to the seats. There you go. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. It's gonna be fine, right?
Not me.
No, we know you're gonna make it no matter what. You know.
No, someone was holding on to me.
Oh. And I like look over. And I'm like, oh no, leave him alone. I need him. Get out of here. And yeah, I continue to navigate down into the atmosphere.
Sure.
I keep shooting.
You feel
What
a
do you do?
helmet of juicy clean oxygen pushed down over your head.
Cool. That's just what I was going to ask. Where you were, Sam. Cool.
Yeah, I'm showing up in the bridge, and I put the helmet on Deo.
Suddenly, I'm not near as lightheaded, and I'm like,
you suddenly realize, like, whoa, I was oxygen deprived.
Yeah, I turn back to a log and I say, hey, thanks.
Pilot's not allowed to pass out.
The bad news is,
as he says it, he slides down the wall.
The bad news is, as you say that, you realize all that running around, opening and closing doors, all that stuff has depleted the oxygen rapidly. And you have about 2 minutes of oxygen remaining before there's none left in the ship, and then it's like, right? And so things are looking bad. In the back of the ship, you're still firing, Oda. Do you keep doing it? What is your plan?
Yes, continue firing.
Okay.
This time it'll work, I'm sure.
By all means, go for it. Nope. Unfortunately, you just stress yourself out more. And you fire, and it doesn't even hit their shields now. It just sort of like it turns out the rapid descent of this ship into the atmosphere is making targeting much harder than you thought. It's not like the Hollow games you played when you were a kid. It is in fact much harder. You have to lead the shot and things. It's tough.
Do I take a strain?
You do. You take 1 strain.
Okay.
The Empire, however, is I'm going to use a die. We're going to flip this.
We're gonna
The
use die
Empire-
2. You counter your die.
Okay, you can do that.
That's right.
I didn't mean it. Yeah, definitely use it. You have to use it on your end. Okay. And then we'll flip this back. But because I'm awful, I'm going to use another one.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. So we they fire on your ship one more time. Yeah. Okay, so they fire on the ship, and as they do, your shields drop down. Your shields are gone. When you crash land, you will not have shields. Your shields are done. They hit the shield generator. It is completely gone. Oda, you realize that they are now firing on your position, and you can see scorch marks and little explosions off to the side around your little window of the back. What do you do?
Time to go. I go back to the
Okay.
cockpit.
Yeah, as you go back to the cockpit, and the door closes behind you, you hear the room you were just in get hit, and there's a massive explosion. And from the outside, we see the room you were just in vaporize into space, and the blast door seals behind you.
Don't like that.
They are now actively hitting the ship. The armor is the only thing keeping you guys alive at the moment. But you can now, instead of it just being like, pew, 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 you can, every shot you feel hit your ship.
I run
I
into
would
the
like
cockpit.
to use a light side point to have one of the TIE fighters conveniently float into
They've already
the
destroyed all
enemy
2
ship.
They blew up both TIE fighters earlier when you fired.
What if we use a force point to make that not have happened?
Well, you can use a force point now and do something with it. You have 3 light side points. So, I know Bike was like, I want to use it for when we really need it. Now is the time. You have 3.
Well, maybe
How
we could
about we
push out
use
some of
it-
these other prisoners, and they would fly into their windshield.
And
What
kill
if-
them. Kill them all.
What if we use a light side point to repair the shields? To
They
bang the
literally-
control panel and just boop, 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 boop.
Normally,
shield
with the
generator is floating in space.
successes that they got, it would have taken down the shields, and then you could reroute power. With their triumph, they literally blew up your shield generator. It's
What if
like
we use a
in
light
Return of the
side
Jedi when the shield thing blows up. The guy's like, "Oh, he's going for the bridge," and the bridge explodes. That's like you. You have no shields, period, whatsoever now.
A triumph is like a crit success, so they destroyed us.
Yeah, literally, the shield generator is gone.
What if Oda
How close
uses
are
a
we?
force point to be so powerful that she creates a force shield around the back of the ship?
Here's the thing: you are not that powerful.
Force
I wouldn't
point,
even be like,
Jesse.
Hey,
You would
where's
have
the,
to
where's
use
the
all 5 force points, and even then roll for it. I would need to be like, you now see through the force itself. You fall into the force. No, there's no way. You are a.
All right,
a-
fine,
you
I want you
are-
to
Right.
succeed, Oda, but you can't even smuggle well.
Look, look. You
You
should have seen me last week.
Yeah, I mean, all right. I'm not gonna say anything. Chat almost had a good idea, but I'm not gonna tell you which chat I'm looking at that had a good idea. I'm just gonna.
What if we open up the cargo bay and all of the crates fly out into their face?
Okay.
What if we fire an escape
And then
pod
we
at
have
them?
like less cargo.
All the escape pods are gone. Everyone's gone.
Wait, we don't have
the-
any more?
Nope. The crew members that were still alive, the 3 officers, and then the guy you zonked out, each took one of the escape pods.
What?
Turn around and turn
Sure.
around so we can fire the concussion grenades.
Turn around.
Fly
I'm not
backwards.
turning around. You
Do a
must
barrel
have
roll.
out of your
Land.
mind.
Hey,
Why
we're
don't we
careening
just
out of
land?
control. Whichever direction doesn't matter.
What if I use a force point to land faster? But
Yes. Yes.
nicer, faster, but get down there. Just
Nicer would be better than faster.
better,
Yeah.
faster.
By all means, if you want to do piloting and use a force point, sure, I will upgrade you and use that force point.
Yep.
Okay, and go to town. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Question: do I get advantage because I'm getting help by PR3?
You very much are. I'll give you that blue die.
Okay.
What if I use a force point to be like the keyboard at the beginning of that Who song and fucking just like do crazy stuff all over and help?
No matter what, even if you use the force point, you would still only be able to give Pokket like a blue die, which is not worth it at all.
All right. I was
It's
just checking.
total waste. Yeah.
It was worth asking.
Oh shit!
Holy shit.
Yeah. So this is that moment when all hope seems lost, as Oda is running back through the ship, and as you are going through each room and the door closes behind you, you hear like explosions behind you, and the outside of the ship is like exploding apart behind you as you are running towards. It is the on an equal level of cool. You know that Pirates of the Caribbean scene where the guy's like walking down the bridge and like shrapnel's exploding everywhere. It's kind of like that, except you were like force powering your way through not being murdered by shrapnel, as like you're going through the cargo bay and cargo is like falling everywhere and you're like dodging out of the way and you're running back to the bridge. And on the bridge, Pokket and Dio and PR3 are just like everywhere, pushing knobs, doing buttons, and the ship is just slow. Like the engines are gone. You are literally operating on gravity right now as you hit the atmosphere, and this ship sort of the Imperial cruiser sort of stops behind you and keeps firing and doesn't chase you into the atmosphere. As you start to go down, it's almost like they think they've shot you down and your ship is totally destroyed. But you are piloting like a pro who kind of gets it now. You understand,
This is the way.
and the two of you take the ship through the clouds, through the atmosphere. You feel like the heat, because there's no shields, you feel the heat of the atmosphere on your ship. The oxygen is very, very low. Some of the people in the bridge have passed out. They're like totally passed out.
Elago's gone, dude.
Yeah, like just like slumped in the corner, and there are two humans just laying on you. The guy who it was holding on to his partner is like he slowly like falls asleep on her, and she's just like as you're crashing down, and you come through the clouds and you see off to your right the giant spire of this imperial prison and the mountainous crystal cliffs and the outskirts of a small at least for Star Wars, a small town, and in front of you this vast desert, and you begin to aim right for that. With your triumph, I'm gonna let you have a thing here. I'm gonna let you decide this, Pokket. With your triumph, you can let's see here. You can either if piloting, perform a pilot maneuver if you want to. You can do something vital that will turn the tide of what's about to happen with this crash if you'd like. I'll let you decide. What is the thing you want to do as you're about to crash land to ensure that like this is a pretty smooth crash?
I sort of want to go with the idea of it seeming like we did get shot down, but I also don't want to destroy where we all are in the cockpit. So I want to like crash it in the way that like the cockpit lands fine, but the rest just like disintegrates behind it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So what you do is you aim the ship. So as you're coming down like this, you aim it up like this. So you come in on the tail of the ship, and it hits as the ship hits the desert. This brown sort of gross mossy area, and then slams into the desert itself. This awful dark brownish sand and dirt area. You hit it on the back end of the ship, and the engines sort of explode off the back, and shrapnel goes everywhere, and a huge cloud of dust and debris shoots off from the back of the ship, and it's kind of like you're grinding on the ground, slowing the ship. But as you do, parts of the ship explode out the back, and like you see one of the cells sort of like fly into the air, and the top half of the ship is like ripping off and exposing the upper half of the ship, and the bottom half is like peeling away underneath, and you slowly somehow make a stop, and the ship slows and halts, and for a good we'll say a standard kilometer, there's debris everywhere. It's just out the back of it is just all this debris, but you had a hard landing, and
It's going to take them a while to comb through that.
there is what you would say if you weren't totally passed out.
No, I'm unconscious. Yeah.
I say it instead.
And there is just fire and all sorts of various space materials everywhere, and the back of the ship is still exploding a bit, but the cockpit area is totally untouched, and everyone appears to be fine. However, aside from you, Dio, and PR3, and everyone else in the cockpit's passed out. You're the only, because you have the mask.
I had a mask on.
You definitely did. When the back of the cockpit area opens, PR3, you go to look and see what happened to the rest of the ship. You open the door, and all of it is gone. Almost the entire ship is gone. Just debris.
Unnerving.
Yeah. But you see in one of the little tiny remaining areas of what's still connected, you see a cowering, hiding Oda Kanali, who managed to fit herself
mask on.
Yeah, who managed to fit herself in a corner, and somehow, maybe through the power of the Force, maybe not, who knows, is fine and managed to make it through the crash. And up above the Imperial cruiser, you can sort of see it in orbit, but it is so much smaller now that you're on the ground, and it appears to just be hovering there. And it doesn't look like anyone's coming for you yet, but things may change. Before we wrap it up, what is the one thing you all want to do to get out of this crash?
I get up and I take the helmet off myself and I put it on Ulago's head, and I start checking all the people in the cargo area, even though I'm pretty sure I'm probably in a little bit of pain from that landing. So
Yeah, the good news is with your triumph, you're okay. Like no one is wounded or hurt or dead. You're fine. You don't take anything. You nailed that. It was a great landing.
I carry people out. I start carrying people out, and I'm such a big girl that like most of the people I'm carrying are like my size or smaller. So I start with like the small people, and I start carrying them one by one and laying them outside the wreckage.
Yeah, okay. And Ulago, you begin to wake up and you see that Dio is like just like carrying two humans at a time down this platform, and PR3 is helping Oda out of this corner because there's like a huge gap. There's just like a gap and then wreckage beneath where she is and where PR3 is, and they're like trying to help each other help Oda get across. But you notice that like somehow, miraculously, Ulago, you notice everyone's still alive somehow.
Yeah, and he kind of wakes up. He's a bit groggy, and he slides the helmet off his head. There's hair on his face, just all over the place, and he starts checking himself. And shrapnel or just holes, and realizes somehow he's okay. And it groans to his feet. Stares like out of the cockpit glass at like this blazing sun and barren desert for a minute, and then just starts helping carry people out, helping people up to their feet.
The episode ends as the group of you are under sort of the wreckage, and where the ship is sort of like pointed up like that, and you were kind of a little you're like a little bit outside the overhang but still within the shadow of it so it doesn't like fall on you. But as you do, you all sort of look around and realize like somehow you survived that, but you are now on a mysterious, weird planet in the middle of a desert. And the last thing you hear is a and that is where we will leave off for today. Yeah. All right, gang, we like you nailed it. You did great. I'm so proud of all of you. All right. Let's go around this screen here and figure out what everyone's up to this week before the next time we get together and I throw terrible things at you. Strippin, what's going on with you? Where's your camera? What happened to you, man?
Hey, I moved from LA to England last week, and I'm on the worst internet in the world. And Dodger and I can't stream at the same time, so she streamed at my parents' house and left my webcam there. This is me.
Are
I'm
you not trying to match it to that? Are you trying to
I
match
was
it to
trying
the
to match
movement?
it. I'm trying to match it, yes, but also I was trying to trick him so that he would jump up and down, and I didn't say anything. That was like the bit.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're just very excited. Yeah.
I look like this guy, but like way less cool. This is
Yeah.
I mean,
Twitch
pretty
TV
much.
Strippin.
Anna, what's going on with you this week?
Well, nothing this coming week because it's the Christmas holiday week, but my next thing that's coming up is PAX South, which I just confirmed I will be there. Cantrip will also be there. So I hope I will see a lot of you there. And I will keep you all updated if you want to follow along on social media. And thanks to this crew. It's fun to have everybody together again.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you guys do next time. I have a whole Lord. You're on like the tip of the iceberg. You're like on the very top, and there's under the water is so much. All right, Mike, what's going on with you?
Oh, what's up? I don't know, probably like stream some random stuff all week like I usually do. And I actually can't wait till next week, man. I love being a jerk bot. It's awesome.
You
Those
do
are
a good
true
jerk
calling.
bot impression.
Mm.
You are a jerk. I'm just gonna
You
say that from
are a
now on. Like, Pikeman's a jerk bot. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need one.
Diversity.
We
Now
have to be one on everyone,
Mhm.
every team.
I want to point out that always in Star Wars, bots. What all I'll say is just go watch, not the one that came out today, but the Mandalorian episode before that. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like
I couldn't
somewhere
believe that.
somewhere made a golden like that episode literally was this show for a brief like a hot moment. I'm
Yeah,
just
it was
putting
crazy,
out
wasn't it?
there. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell is going on right now?
I was like, did Bike get a preview of this show before all of
That
us?
was
Like,
so bizarre. That was Moss
Yeah.
from IT Crowd, is that robot too?
Yep. Pokket, what's going on with you this week?
Oh, I just got home today as I think Anna was traveling, so was I. And I went to Orlando to get a tattoo. Whoops, I can't show it. It hurts too bad. But I will be streaming, I guess, the rest of the week. Probably some video games because I've been doing a lot of cosplay related things lately. So I kind of want to break. Might get into Warframe again because I was having fun with that. So, and watching Star Wars. So that's about it.
oh my
You can
gosh.
call me at Pocket.
Uh,
I forgot for a
Man.
second that tomorrow is Star Wars Day.
I know.
Also today is Star Wars Day. If you are not aware, Mandalorian, the new Mandalorian episode just came out today instead of Friday because
Yeah.
they don't want to compete with Star
It was
Wars.
pretty
So
good.
if you
idea.
have Disney Plus, immediately after this, I have to go record the Star Wars New Canon Book Club podcast. We're going to talk about the new episode. If you don't watch those or listen to it, it's all over the internet. Plus, it's on my YouTube now. We're just uploading it there because F it. Yeah, hey. Hi everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is a blast. I love Star Wars. I have a great time doing this. And it's nice to get my nerdy goodness out there and actually have it matter in some way. So now I get to tell fun stories. Crazy things are coming. I can't wait to show you. I wish I could spoil it, but we finalized the background systems. So next episode, everyone will see sort of what this crash and this incident did to their standing with the Empire, and more importantly, what it did with the other system we have in place, and how that relates to the story. And we'll get to that as well. I'm really excited. It's going to be a ton of fun. If you know how I ruin JP's roleplay stuff, you know that I always try to make everything have a twist. And so expect multiple twists. I'm so sorry to the four of you. It'll be
Spoilers.
wild. Yeah. Get ready. It's about to
I'm
get
sorry
crazy.
to you because I'm gonna shatter all of your plans.
You think so?
Me too.
But
Let's
you
go.
fools. You don't know that
You're the
I
fool.
played with you two before. I know all of your moves.
I
Okay,
played with
so-
you before. I played with you before, and you were
Like-
literally the Empire.
This is
I know everything.
This is
I know everything you've
a
got.
Sherlock Moriarty situation. We're gonna have to go over the falls together, man. It's the only way. All right, so that's it for us. Thank you so much. I think next week we're on Thursday because the 25th is Wednesday.
Are we
So
playing?
we'll have that day off, but I believe we are scheduled for Thursday, I think, next week. So yeah. Tune in then. We'll be back with some more Star Wars goodness. Hopefully by then, everyone will have seen the movie and I can say things that relate to that when explaining things, maybe. Who knows? I'll add it to my vernacular of trying to explain Star Wars to casual.
AP's out next week,
Might be worth
Wednesday to Friday.
He's out? All right, that's fine. Way to go, JP. We'll figure it out. Yeah, look, I'm not saying that you're the one who came up with the calendar, mister, but that's it. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Thank you all. We'll see you. The holiday season is spend time with family, do something fun, and we will see you when it's all over. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye.
Merry Star Wars.
You know, where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze! We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze! Not enough time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze!
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC! What are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
Yeah, now sing music.
Bring the strippers and booze!
I'm here to ask and answer one simple question.
You